In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the Batman again, but this time I'm not doing it alone. I have friends.
Yay! Scaly wags, scaly wags, scaly. Oh no, sorry. Wizzy wags.
Yeah, these are my friends.
Je m'appelle Skelly.
Scallywags TV.
Je m'appelle Arctic Wizard. For now, possible.
Yeah, you have a tendency of just changing your name all over the place.
My name may change.
Your name, your backstory, your image, everything about you just changes.
I'm the man of inconsistencies.
Yeah, it's like
So,
Batman. The Batman is obviously, at least like, we can all agree on, a fantastic film.
yeah.
Right off the bat, brilliant movie. Like just from the beginning, literally like when the title credits come up and it comes up to that Ave Maria song.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's Ave Maria.
It's,
That I just thought,
yeah,
wow.
like it's straight.
What
Like they weren't fucking around.
a bold choice. You've
Yeah.
never seen a Batman start off with a classical tune.
Yeah,
And it fits so well because I immediately knew what they were going for. It wasn't like your normal Batman, like the strings or whatever, and the that tone of Batman.
Yeah.
It was literally they're going for a different movie. Like you could tell there was going to be something more to it, a bit more substance. And,
yeah. It wasn't going to be like what we'd had before. It's like, oh, this is like a comic book movie. It's like this is actually a movie.
yeah.
Like as demeaning as that sounds.
Yeah.
It's like Joker, like a Logan to an extent.
wait,
I'd say even more than that. Like people have been saying with like the comparisons to Seven and to Zodiac.
Yeah, I got those.
That I felt more than anything else.
Yeah, like that. Zodiac is obviously a clear inspiration. Like Zodiac Killer, of course, when it comes to the presentation of the Riddler. But the opening is fantastic because when it starts out, you see the kid in the ninja costume.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can like, I don't know how you two felt about that, but I was like quite confused about like what's going on
I
here.
thought
And
that
then
was Bruce.
it's-
Do you know what? I must admit, I thought maybe that was like Bruce, and that was going to be like a reimagining of. Do you know we've all had the opening of Batman so many times? So I thought maybe there was going to be like a little bit of a twist there. So I thought, but obviously it's not. It wasn't.
Yeah, they didn't show that. Oh, and I'm glad they didn't because like, look, we've seen.
Don't need to.
No, we don't need to. We've seen his parents die enough times. We practically did it ourselves.
What did you say that day?
See, as stupid as that is, like even in like Batman v Superman, it was somewhat necessary to sort of explain something, but like the payoff wasn't worth it. Do you know what I mean?
In that movie, they showed it for a reason because they were going to like pay it off later. And I totally had forgotten about the whole Martha connection with both of them having the same name for their mums.
Yeah.
But this, again, from the beginning,
It's
was
not
just something
focused.
totally different. Yeah. So that bit with the kid at the beginning, I first thought it was Batman like looking at the family and maybe there was this kid there or something, and then we later find out with that reveal. That was awesome. The reveal of the villain.
Yeah.
So literally the politician guy is literally just watching TV, answers the phone. When he answers the phone, you just see the Riddler right behind him in the dark, just still. And from then I immediately thought, this is different.
Yeah.
But it took it even further because when he attacked him, you were just like, you had that what was it, that the hammer, and he was like,
No, it wasn't.
It was awkward.
It was
like
like,
it was
It was
like
a
a really.
chisel.
whatever it was.
Like, you need no difference, blood. It's like, you hammer into the chisel. It's a carpenter move.
But from
Jesus knew
that,
this.
Like, I just knew, I was like, geez, they're taking it down this route.
Yeah,
I
like
just,
there was no elegance behind it. It was just like savage, just brutality. But it was clumsy as well. That helped it make it feel a bit more real.
yeah, it's like there was a lot of emotion behind that kill. Like it was like when he was breathing, the way he was breathing underneath that mask, and how like you could tell he felt like euphoric.
Yeah.
From that, you
And I
know.
think that's what they were trying to do at the start of it, especially like with that bit and with sort of Batman's early scenes. It isn't superheroes versus supervillains. It's all very kind of gritty, realistic. So they're trying to like get away from like, from like the usual kind of superheroes movies. And I think like the first sort of 20 minutes, half hour, that they're really kind of like driving it home. This is something different. We're going to take you on a different journey, and it's going to be like a different style of story.
You nailed it on the head there. It's literally like they wanted to show you exactly how grounded this movie was compared to anything that we've seen before.
Yeah, even more so than the Nolan films. And people, people always said, "Oh, those movies are so grounded." It's like this is more grounded than that. Yeah.
Like I mean, I love the Nolan movies.
Yeah.
But there is an element that you kind of have to like suspend disbelief
Yeah,
with certain things,
like-
the gadgets, some of the gadgets.
And to be fair, no matter how gritty and realistic Batman comes, there always has to be that little bit of disbelief when it
Yeah,
comes
of course.
to it.
Yeah,
but
because-
this one's as close as you're probably going to get to that actually being like a real thing, you know.
Yeah, even like the grapple gun, like that's so unpractical. Unpractical, impractical.
Impractical.
I can't. I not know how English works now.
English no work.
English no work. Fail me. It does. The introduction of Robert Pattinson, the speech he's giving, how he like lingers
I love
in
that.
with people, this sort of
Yeah.
noir setting. And what's good about that as well is that it's at the ground level. It's with Bruce, but he's along with the criminals as well. And what I like about that as well is that when the bat signal comes on, because at first we see the criminals doing their thing, we see one lad with his little his green helmet thing on, which appears quite a few times in the film. Yeah, there's once on the billboard where it's crossed out, and if the drugs later on, you can see little images of them on there, which is a nice little detail. You see the other geezers graffiti, and see the ones in the trailer with face paint on them. And when the bat signal goes on, you sort of, for a moment, you can sort of feel like the tension, the suspense and dread, like when they're looking at the shadows.
Yeah.
And it's really effective that way, because for a moment you're into the mindset of the criminals. It's more effective than it was in, say, like 89, where it's just one criminal, one focus, and you know what's happening. It's like here you're introduced to Batman, because in the Nolan ones you were more introduced to like Bruce Wayne, the human, the flesh, but it's like this time you're introduced to Batman, the symbol, the amorphous idea around you. It's like be anywhere.
Like he's already been doing it for a year.
Yeah.
And this is how like the criminals of Gotham feel.
Yeah.
Is it
Just
also,
a
do you
year
think,
into
the viewers' expectations? You know, at the start of it, they sort of always like pan to like the shadows and something like that. And you're almost like expecting him to come out of the shadows because that's what you're used to.
Yeah.
You know, like with all the like
They definitely played on that.
the
That was
movies,
definitely
TV
like
series.
a-
And
Yeah.
I know what
something they
you said
used.
yesterday after you saw it. You know, Batman in this one is more direct than he is in like other films.
Yeah,
Like if you know,
absolutely.
he literally just walks straight at the you
Yeah.
know the bad guys.
You
Yeah,
never
he don't-
see him like perching up atop a, you know,
No, he
on top
doesn't.
of something.
Well, with his armor, he don't need to.
Yeah, he's
we can
literally-
get into that later, but
His like whenever he comes in, he's literally just walking in. You
Yeah.
hear those looming footsteps, almost like the Tyrannosaurus Rex in Jurassic Park, where it's like boom, boom, he's coming in.
Yeah.
And I love how as you were saying with the introduction, the first thing you hear is his voice. He's narrating.
yeah,
So he's in his own head. So immediately he's a different Batman. He's more inside psychologically in
Yeah,
his
of
own
course.
head. After doing this for a year, he's like just Batman, like a nocturnal animal, which we find out later.
Yeah.
He's literally just a night person
yeah.
for a whole year, and that must play on your mind.
It
There's
does.
so many
And-
different layers in this that, you know, they've made it
Of course, and
so different.
just from that, Robert Pattinson, like he's really, you can sort of tell already, it's like he's really gotten into this. And the amount of one thing, it's like when he's not dressed up as Batman, I don't know if you two clocked this, but it's like whenever he's not dressed up as Batman, you could still see like attention to the details. Like you can still see like residue of the makeup around his eyes, where like he's always done it for so long. It's like, little things like that. It's like I watched this on fucking IMAX, and it's bigger than the screen's bigger than your fucking house, bruv. And it's like when I'm seeing this shit, I'm like, oh, this is.
Well, one thing me and Skelly were discussing yesterday, sort of in regards to Batman, is there is no Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Because like in other films and TV series, you have Batman who's like the dark brooding one.
Yeah,
and then you have Bruce Wayne who's like the playboy billionaire.
Yeah.
In this one, you don't have that.
No, that's been-
he's always
yeah.
Batman.
Yeah.
It's just you see him without the armor.
He's not
Yeah, but-
established that.
yeah,
in his
Yeah,
But the
and
thing
when he
is-
doesn't have the armor, it's almost like he's a little bit more vulnerable.
Yeah.
He doesn't feel comfortable without it on. It's like he knows he's not
Yeah.
what he needs to be.
Yeah, like this isn't life he wants to live, but it's like it's a means to an end that's suitable for what he wants to do, and that's
It was also proven in the first interaction that he has with Alfred, which was another. Although I'd heard previously that Alfred wasn't even in it that much, but his moments in the movies really showed what kind of dynamic they had.
Yeah.
It was very different to what we've had before. He wasn't just this butler bringing in tea or, "Hey, Mr. Wayne, can I bring you this, sir?"
Yeah,
He
there's
literally,
like-
like, you know. All right, I'm gonna bring a business in and
yeah,
do this
like he's
and
got
that.
to do all this other stuff behind the scenes.
Yeah, but that's
a
the
little
first
bit.
interaction where he's like saying how he's got the two important people waiting for him upstairs.
Yeah.
And Bruce is like, "Why?" And he's like, "Because you wouldn't go to him." and Bruce or Batman is just literally like, "I don't care about that. This is my family's legacy." It's like,
Yeah.
he's literally
Yeah.
he just wants to be Batman.
He's
That's it.
he's obsessed
He
with
doesn't
it. That's
care
it
about
just
that.
consumed every aspect of his life
Yeah.
now, and that's an interesting route to go about it. It's, Because one thing it does, it sort of explores the psychological consequences of this kind of thing, this kind of lifestyle, and the effects that has on a person. And it really does mess with you. And we haven't really seen that before. And it's like people say, like, well, you shouldn't really have to explore that. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it was fantasy or whatever. It's like, well, no, just because fantasy, that doesn't mean you can't have some elements of realism in there. Like, realistically, this mentality, this obsession, it fucking ruins you.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's showing that different. I mean, because we've seen the beginning, we've seen like the end, but that like just after the beginning. So a year in, you know, how a year of crime fighting has affected him and where he's at. It was a very different place to where we saw in the other movies, like Batman Begins to The Dark Knight. It's really this place where he's trying to figure out how to do this, but he thinks he's sure of what he's doing, which he is, but then obviously he has to see the other side. He's still got businesses to run, he's still got people depending on him, but this Alfred also is taking on a whole lot of more responsibility with like the business side of things. You could tell, like, again, more interactions where it's like
they're more strained.
He's taking care of the business side of things, but obviously he wants Bruce to have more of a hand in it. And so I mean,
going back to that realism.
Because
he has to, you know, that's what he has to do.
You have someone who's out all night, you know, fighting crime. It's like, where are they going to find the time to like run a business?
And you know, Alfred making the tea and the biscuits kind of thing. You know?
I mean,
if you have that Alfred, you know, like, who is going to take care of the family business?
The fight scene, the first fight we have with Batman and the thugs.
Oh yeah, from the trailers, awesome. Still really good when you see it.
One thing I liked is that the music wasn't like your typical stereotypical, like when it started, like I get all I don't know, I was scatting right there. Do you know what I mean?
That sounds more like the Adam West music. Pow! Zap!
Bam! Slash! Gash! No, but it's like it was very subdued. Which was a new way to sort of.
That was like. To go towards the soundtrack, done very well. Yeah, you're right. It literally it builds into it, but that whole dun 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 dun. But also going back to the Riddler's theme, so playing the Ave Maria, and those notes that they used for Riddler's theme, I was like, that's very clever, because it's like Ave Maria's, you know, obviously one of those songs you're like church or whatever, Ave Maria, but they make it so sinister. It's incredible. Like the whole of the score in this movie is done really, really well. I think like probably one of the best Batman scores that really melded well with the whole story, like throughout the whole movie. It's played really, really well.
No, it does. It knows when to have like to have the important moments, and when like what setting is right for this, which is appropriate at this time. Because with the music that's subdued in the fight, it's not action packed, because this is just an everyday thing for him. It's not worth consideration. Do you know what I mean? It's like this just an average fight. It's not important. You know what I mean? It's like this is where he's at. It's like we don't really like after this. We never even see those criminals again. They're not worth consideration.
Like, on a side note with regards to the fight, couldn't help like watching it. It just reminded me of the Arkham games. Like when you got into a fight, there was just something about it. I don't know why.
Very visceral.
And I said like going back to like how they've changed like Batman's style from hiding in the shadows. You know, anyone who's played the game who's listening to this, because of like Batman's like skill set in it, you're quite comfortable playing with him. So a lot of the time you just walk up to like this big group of thugs, and you know you're going to beat them all. And it had that kind of feel to it, like where he's just like walking straight in there. And then like he's just like taking them out, and it had like that kind of feel to it.
But I mean, what's he got to fear from them? Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. He's got bulletproof.
Like one of the fellas behind him didn't.
No,
because one of them shot his brethren.
Oh,
did you not catch that?
Crime done pay you. So.
It's like unlucky lad. A nice little gadget. I don't think we've ever seen this before. Is the eye thing. The lens.
That was an interesting thing. The technology in this I really liked. So that was an interesting thing, because that's quite high tech, right? But the way he implements it into his like system and stuff is very analog. I love that juxtaposition where it's like you've got this very technical thing in the eye, but then the way he's like sort of printing it and stuff, and like, it just feels very like analog.
Yeah.
You know, like
And the picture isn't great as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
it's, it's like live streams as well. That's what makes it a bit more authentic. Because it was perfectly clean, you'd be like, come on, man. The thing is though, because this is more of a sort of noir kind of film, but it's like it's not
too noir.
Yeah, if you know what I mean, it just hits that. Yeah, it's not, because noir is very distinct, and sometimes it can be off-putting. This is very appealing.
It's more a palatable noir, I'd say.
Yeah,
Noir can be a bit like
noir light.
Yeah, noir light.
So I think if they kind of went too much into that genre, it would take away from like the core of what Batman is.
Yeah.
So I think like the fact that they only sort of went into it to like a small portion, they didn't go like too heavily into it.
No, of course.
Kind of added to it without sort of, you know, it being sort of like overwhelmed.
Yeah, I mean, it still had to have that narrative. So that, again, which is why it was a lot like Seven, down to the way the Riddler had those notepads with the obsessive writing. Like Kevin Spacey's character in Seven.
Yeah.
And the way that elements of Saw with how he had those contraptions to hold his victims.
Yeah.
Obviously, a bit of Seven, not Seven. You already said that. Zodiac with the cryptid code.
Yeah, of course.
It's strange. Like, there's a lot going on, but it's never overwhelming.
It deserved its 3-hour run, I think. I mean, for me, it felt like it needed to be that to really go through everything.
Yeah.
I mean, there were obviously elements that.
That thing is fucking crazy. It's nearly a 3-hour film, but it doesn't feel its length. It feels less than half. The pacing is just fantastic and everything because you're so absorbed in what is being presented in front of you. It's digesting every little scene, every minute detail that comes up. It's like sometimes it can feel like when you're afterwards trying to think about it, it can be a bit okay. What the fuck? So I'm overwhelmed. So good. It's better than sex.
So what did you lot think about Penguin?
I was fucking. I was shocked when I found out it was Colin Farrell. The makeup work is so fantastic on him.
Because I knew, obviously, most of us knew beforehand anyway. But if I didn't know, I wouldn't have known it with that. I was trying to like almost see if there were elements of Colin Farrell I could see in the performance, but there was like. Yeah, I think Colin Farrell's performance was amazing in that.
It was fantastic. Like he just had that right level of sort of comedic snare. That crime scene, that was that's very well directed actually.
Crime scene, which one?
The one like after the Riddler's just committed his first murder.
Oh, so he goes to the crime scene and then
Batman comes in. It's like
before he goes to the Batcave.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he does because like he has to collect all the because when he goes to the Batcave, he has all the evidence with him.
Right.
So that's the thing. So a few things that are good in there. It's like one is when he recognizes that the finger has been cut off, he immediately knows that was done after. So that immediately right there gives you an idea of like what he knows, how seriously he takes this position. You know what I mean? To like pick up on things like that.
Yeah, I love that. The small details.
Yeah, like he's just always like he's always on it. He's never he can't shut it off.
I think it's just to let the audience know as well. He's still that Batman that like the world's greatest detective.
Yeah, but like
even never seen.
Yeah, because you can think like looking at this new Batman, you know, maybe he's going to be a little bit different in that respect. Like you know, in terms of his investigation, might not be spot on. So I think just by him just glancing, like, he's be able to like tell straight away exactly what happened at a glance. Yeah. So like, no, it's a different Batman, but he still knows like how to solve crime. You know, he's still switched on.
But that's good even if you've never seen a Batman film or don't know anything about the character. This is your first introduction. It just informs you everything about him.
Yeah.
What I like about it is that there's a lot of silence or like just him pondering, like the look in his eye, just that's like stillness. Him like looking, and you can tell he's thinking,
observing,
observing. Yeah. Like there's a lot less kind of like him talking about stuff, blah blah blah. He's literally just looking, and just from those looks, you could tell that things are going on. Yeah, and that he's deducing stuff in his head,
and he's guiding some of the forensics around as well. It's like to a bit of blood on the floor.
Yeah, where he saw the blood and he's like there, and then the lady's like, "Ooh, I didn't see that massive blood stain on the floor."
Like he's just like he's already on point every time he's down there. Think about the riddles as well, because the initial riddle, I forget what it was. It was something like, "What does a liar do when he's dead?"
Yeah,
he lies still.
Yeah. The thing is, the riddles though, they're not even that hard. The one thing that's good,
the added elements that they created with it as well.
Exactly. It's like anyone could solve them. That's the best thing. That's what helps make Batman a bit more relatable as well. It's like, oh, if he could figure it out, I could, so I could relate to this character a bit more. Even though there's like a level of separation between us and Batman, because like it puts us in his mindset a little bit more.
Yeah, where you can relate to some capacity.
Yeah,
which
cool.
is, I love that where when he goes back, then Alfred, although he doesn't agree with what he's doing, immediately helps him out with the riddles and stuff.
Yeah.
And comes back with like, you know, some answers with what they're doing, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And then they go through it and they figure stuff
trying
out
to like encrypt
together.
the code.
Yeah. Oh, so good.
It's like, yes, these two images here equals an eye. It's like, are you sure?
It's weird because like, you know, seeing that, and then I think back to like Nolan stuff and like...
You never really saw that.
No.
The most you saw was like the little gun experiment in like Dark Knight. And it's like, even then, it's like, yeah, that's still a bit cheap.
What do we do when we fall, Mr. Wayne? We get back up again.
Oh man, like, fucking looking back on it, like, it's so like, soft. It's like, oh.
It feels that way, doesn't it? Like, compared to this.
But I like the way back then that was like, oh yes, really like, hard stuff. This is like
Yeah, it's like-
gritty Batman.
Yeah, okay.
Like now it feels a bit
Children.
cartoonish.
It does. It's so
It's
strange.
like,
So after they figure out that stuff, so he has the technology. He goes through all of that. They solve the stuff.
we established the difficulties in trying to run a business and being Batman and everything
Yeah,
like that.
all
Three
of that
people
just
involved.
in that first 20 minutes or whatever it is.
He then,
Yeah, this is all without
yeah.
the origins of Batman.
You don't need
Without the
origins.
pearls.
Don't need it.
No, mum and dad getting killed.
No, we don't really need to know that. Do you know what I mean? Those things get filled in later
Falling
on.
into
but it's
that
like,
cave. Oh no, the bats!
see, but yeah,
I'm scared of them. I'm going to make them my thing.
it was explained in the prequel novel.
But that's a great thing about it, because when I first heard it was going to be 3 hours, I thought, well, here we go. We're going to get the origins.
I never thought we would, but I thought if we did, it would be revealed that it takes place in the same universe as Joker.
I was hoping that.
Can you imagine? It's like
I was hoping that.
the director of that will just look at that and go, "What the fuck? So what the fuck have you done?"
'Cause obviously it's set a little bit later than Joker, but when you saw the like the gang in the train that had the Joker stuff on there, it's like, oh, okay, so the events that happen in Joker, people are
Could
still
have been,
that's causing it. And I thought that was really good, and I was kind of
But obviously, it was a different Thomas Wayne.
yeah, exactly, that kind of put a bit of a damper on it. But when I first saw that, I thought, oh, that's pretty cool actually. Then obviously I was thinking like it was going to be a different Joker in this one, but maybe he could have got inspiration from the Joker from the Joker movie, and that's how. And Joker's more of an idea, which I know
it'd be very thematic with like what was being done with Batman in this as well, because he's very much an idea to people.
So I thought that was, but yeah, you're quite right when the reveal of Thomas Wayne, it was.
Yeah, it was obviously a different guy, unless he had like really good facial reconstruction.
Yeah,
money could buy that.
with all the deep fake thing now, you could be like, yeah, if it's someone different now, it's because it's a different. It's a shame, but I don't know, multiverse time.
Yeah, that's true. Anything is possible. Some people can't wrap their heads around that though.
Let's spoil the new Batman series by creating a multiverse.
Yeah, let's ruin it. Fuck it. Because that's always fun to talk to people about. It's like, it doesn't matter. It's not even canon. It's a multiverse, man. Like, come on, anything can happen. Shut up.
Yeah.
Like, I forget if it's like the police chief, is the police chief or Gordon's partner. He gets kidnapped, or if it's he goes to the club first.
Oh yeah.
Can't remember, but the commissioner, little known fact which we discovered, the guy that played the commissioner was in EastEnders.
What?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, he was beating up Little Mo.
Yeah, that was something as well. Like, because Batman and Gordon, they do some detective work after putting
It's like Commissioner Gordon.
Yeah, Commissioner Gordon, played by Jeffrey Wright, and this is actually the best role he's actually done that I've seen him in. I've seen him quite a few things, and as Gordon, he's surprisingly believable, and he's got that straight edge to his performance. He's not. There was some moments where it's kind of funny, like in the police precinct where like Batman gets knocked out and like they bring him in there and it's like he's being serious. You're not fucking doing this. I'm not gonna lie, I pissed myself when I saw that. Like,
Really?
Yeah, so I thought it was a bit funny.
I quite like that because it gave him some of like his
Authority.
Yeah, authority over Batman in there, like because they're working together and it's like you kind of see their relationship in that moment. Like.
And there's even like levels of banter between them. It's like it's never like they just don't distrust each other. It's like there's an element of like because they've worked together for quite a while.
Yeah, it's more like like, I trust you. Shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah. But it's obviously because of Batman, like the position he's in, it's like it's kind of fucking weird sometimes. Like, yeah, because he obviously keeps Gordon out of the loop all the time. And you kind of feel that sometimes. Like Gordon wants to know more, be more involved, and he's involved enough times it is. But it's like,
well, this they show him like working a lot, like working together a lot, which I really like.
Yeah, usually like Batman, like you get like the bit where they're at the the bat signal and like they'll exchange information and that'll be it. But yeah, this one like Gordon goes out with him and it's almost like he's Robin in a way.
Yeah, that's the thing, and it's very refreshing to see that dynamic because you
dynamic duo.
Yeah,
who needs Robin?
No, that's the twist. Like Commissioner Gordon will become Robin.
Yes.
His name is what's his name? Like is Commissioner Gordon?
Yeah.
What's his first name in it? Yeah. It's not Robin, is it?
Commissioner
Robin Gordon.
Commissioner. Isn't it? I always thought Commissioner was his name.
Jim Gordon. James Gordon. Yeah.
Well, no, it is James Gordon.
That's really annoying because I watch Gotham and that's like he's pretty much the main, one of the main characters.
He is.
Maybe the twist of the second one, his name is Jim Robin Gordon.
But I want him to be like classic 60s Robin.
Well, like the legs showing.
Right.
Gee Willikers, Batman.
It's like, you were like really serious before. What the fuck has happened to you?
James, you don't have to dress like that.
Just
I want you, Batman.
Just Gotham.
It's like a midlife crisis angle. It's just like
it's nice to see them a bit more involved. And once they decrypt the code, it's like, because from certain angles it says drive, and so he gets Gordon involved in that, and they go through the politician's car, and they see the thumb drive, which is where his missing index is.
Yeah, the USB.
Yeah, and they link it up to Gordon's computer, and from there we see some pictures of the politician being a bit risque with a Russian, Slovakian, Lithuanian, I don't care what she is, it doesn't matter. Does it?
Aniko.
Maybe. Panda Bear. Annika. Yeah, Annika. With her. And from there, it all gets uploaded to every other Gotham publicist.
Yeah.
Gordon's computer.
I chuckled at that.
Yeah, it's like, because the Riddler...
That old chestnut.
Yeah, because he's outsmarted them in that regard. It's like, because he got what he wanted. It's like, as they're solving the case...
An Easter egg like Daily Planet in there as well.
Don't. No, they did.
Oh, the Daily Planet?
No. I didn't see that. It's Gotham everything.
No, let's stay away from Superman for a little while. Yeah,
exactly.
I think that'll just...
Let's not bring him in.
Spoil it in that kind of
Batman
world that they're trying to create.
Yeah, Superman's not in this universe. Yeah, but it's very nice. As they're getting closer, they're also walking into his hands. Do you know what I mean? So the Riddler always feels one step ahead of Batman. As smart as we feel with the character, his adversary is just that one little step more intelligent. Like they thought of every other precaution in that sense, and it's never to. You never feel as though like he's omniscient, like Jigsaw or anything. It's like where he's prepared for literally fucking everything. It's like this guy is an omniscient god. What are you on about? It's like he's just a little bit clever, and it's like if you're driven enough, you can sort of achieve anything in that regard. It's like sort of predicting and hoping people will find it, and then when they do that, they play into your hand, and that's really good because it's not very often that we see the Riddler like this. Because he's just mostly been a dickhead who thought he was clever, and he is to some extent, but it's like it's sometimes way over his head. So Batman breaks into the Penguins Club, and the fight scene there.
Well, not really breaks in, as like Arctic was saying earlier. He literally just knocks on the door and goes through the front door through the twins, through everyone else.
He was very polite. Like they closed it on him, and he waited. It's like they'll be back. Like he was so certain too. They'll be back. Wait,
like he literally doesn't
care.
Other Batmans, he would have found some other way in or done something else, but he just literally went for
it. Actually, no, he does find 3 different ways in.
That's true. Yeah, he goes there 3 times.
Yeah,
so he goes second time as Bruce Wayne, doesn't he?
Yeah, and the third time he just sneaks in.
Third time he does it like Batman.
Yeah, it's like why didn't you do that? Fuck it.
But no, the first time is the best.
Yeah, but
I'm going straight in. I'm Batman.
I like that. It's like he's not. the 3 different ways he does it. It's like it's you see a level of progression of how he's very versatile in his approaches and everything. It's like he could sneak in. He's not going to. He is in full control of the situation. And when he fucking breaks into there, I say break in, like he didn't. He's like, well, I mean, fuck it. He forced himself in.
He walks in.
You know what I mean? He walks in after breaking their noses. Actually, no, he breaks the police officer's nose, but that fight scene is pretty fucking good. Like, he's fucking these bros up. Like, he shoots his fucking grapple gun for the guy's leg.
Yeah, I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, that level of brutality, but it's never gratuitous. Do you know what I mean? It's very engaging, very.
They're not looking to shock.
No, exactly. It's something I've noticed as well, and this is a slight little critique I have. Is the action scenes can sometimes be. I don't know what it is. It's about the shooting that puts me off a little bit.
Shooting? How do you mean?
The way it's shot. I mean,
I like the way it was shot because it wasn't that shaky cam. It's like
no, of course.
they showed.
Yeah, they showed everything.
The action. You know, you could actually see the action.
And it's just very, very grounded, very.
It's deliberately
brutal
paced.
fights. Exactly. That's the thing. It's like it's not trying to be fancy or anything. It's very real. In sort of, I say real. It's real. Like it's real, like Street Fighter real. It's like it's
What it was real to me.
Yeah, Hadouken.
I felt it tries to make you absorb the world.
Yeah,
which is why it's quite deliberate in its pacing. It's very like
of course.
Stationary in a lot of its shots.
Yeah,
and very deliberate.
Yeah,
it wants you to really ingest the world, the tone, and the feel, and everything.
Yeah, it's not trying to be stylized or anything. It is what it is, and it does it very well. And
hey, sweetheart.
What the fuck? So yeah, penguin. yeah, that little interaction between them is quite, because I'm not used to Batman like just flat out talking to like criminals and the way he is, but it's like this Batman,
he was a means to an end. Like you could tell he was looking at again all about his looks. He was observing everything around him whilst getting the knowledge and information from him, while still noticing everything he was doing, which we find out later he goes back to.
Yeah, and when he sees Catwoman for the first time, it's not even like it's a big deal. It's like she's just some. You look at her and think, oh, she's some random bird.
Yeah, I thought he was going to go like,
But then,
do you know this lady? I mean, do you know who this?
Yeah, but
is?
He bides his time.
Yeah,
it's like he knows something's off. But it's like I can't do anything about it now because obviously that will expose her to Penguin.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like he really like I can't even say it.
Methodology.
Yeah,
like
methodically looking at everything. And
again, like you see her reaction.
He notices things, and then shortly thereafter he notices that on the picture is her boots.
Yeah,
and that's where like again you're like, oh yeah, that's what he was looking at. And he didn't say anything.
And
it's all about his look.
And when he sees her rushing out, it's like, oh, I gotta bounce. Colin Farrell in this.
I really liked him.
Yeah, he provided some level of comic relief, but it wasn't like over the top. Do you know what I mean? It was like it was appropriate for the characters. Like, yeah, he's a bit of a. He doesn't take things too seriously, but you don't really want to fuck with him at the same time. That kind of thing.
Yeah, you could tell like he wasn't on that Penguin level where he's at the top. He's still working his way around and stuff. People maybe make fun of him or whatever, and his reputation is kind of one of like Falcone's lackeys.
Yeah,
but he wants to get somewhere else. Oh, him following Selena Kyle, right?
Yes, to her house.
Yeah,
and having a nice long look at her.
Yeah,
it's like
almost reminded me of Mike McFly's dad in Back to the Future. Peeping Tom from the tree.
Oh Jesus! Yeah. So from there's a Russian girl, Annika. I'm bad with like foreign names. Actually, I'm bad with not foreign names. I'm just bad with names.
I really liked how they showed when she got changed into her outfit. The way she got out of there and went down to the floor.
The way she flipped down.
Whoa, so smooth, like she's done it a million times before.
Like.
No, so she goes off to where the guy got murdered, right? Where the
politician got murdered
to get
the
try and find a passport.
Yeah, to get that back, and Batman intervenes. He intercepts her. And the fight scene is pretty nice. It's not even like they're equally matched because like it's Batman. Like he's too OP at that point.
No, he's not too OP. Like, in this,
compared to her.
Well, he's Batman.
It's
right?
like
I like that they respect the fact that he's Batman. Like he's kind of just toying with her where she's trying her best.
Well,
And Catwoman's more like the, you know, she's like the
flexible.
agile type who knows how to look after herself. But obviously, Batman's, you know, he's disciplined himself. And,
Yeah, with
you
this
know,
Batman,
and that kind of shows in that fight. It's like she's putting up a fight, but obviously it's Batman's.
yeah, but even then, towards the end, she tries to get away, and
Yeah.
he's not having it. It's like, no, you're staying there, love.
Yeah, he kind of holds her.
He
whilst-
subdues her.
Yeah, a little moment with
That's
the
kind of
music.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
There's like no moment where like you sort of think, oh, she could have him. It's like, nah, he's just fucking around, any prick.
Well, no, you know, because like, I think like that Catwoman is like, yeah, you know, she's not as trained as Batman, but she's got that kind of cunning to her. So maybe like in a different circumstance,
Yeah, of course.
she may have been able to like just, you know, get advantage of him, like get something like that. But
yeah.
in terms of like a straight out fight, obviously they want to make Batman the, you know.
But yeah, like even then, like he's not there to like fuck her up or anything. Like he sort of assessed the situation. It's like, okay, cool. Like you're not a bad person, so I'm just gonna subdue you. I'm not gonna beat the fuck out of you like I do with other people. It's like we're just gonna have a chat. And, like I do want to help sincerely. And it's like when they get back, her apartment is just fucked.
ransacked. Yeah.
They've just gone through everything.
I remember him looking at the TV for a bit because there was something on the TV.
Oh yeah, the
Catches
police
his eye.
criminal. No, commissioner. Sorry, he
Police
got-
criminals?
Yeah.
They're both police and criminals.
They are those.
Yeah.
Wasn't that the first video we see of the Riddler that's on TV?
Yeah, where he's like fuck arsing around.
Yeah, I like what they do there with his his voice.
Yeah.
You know, they make him sound like quite menacing on the TV.
Mm.
Makes him seem, you know, like obviously then from there you could tell he's going on from like one victim to the next.
Yeah, but like he's sort of gloating about it as well. It's like,
Yeah.
we're gonna do something about this. We're gonna have change. We're tired of reform, which is a big aspect, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, it's a big theme in the film.
there are many big themes in the film, some of which people don't like.
What are we next?
Next, we talk about Catwoman infiltrating the Ice 44 Club, which is the secret club within the club. Yeah, Catwoman's going to infiltrate it because obviously she works there. She has a better position to go down there, and you know, Batman gives her the lenses, which goes into something else about the plotting that I do like, the facial recognition in the software now, and just Batman is uncovering other, like, just how deep this sort of level of corruption goes, and he's shocked by this. Like he's not anticipating any of this. Like
A little bit excited as well. Like,
Yeah.
Ooh, what's that? Ooh, Steve, look at me. Ooh.
yeah, like
he's a little bit.
yeah,
You know.
the revelations that are dawning on him are palpable. That's not even the correct use of that.
That's all right. We'll go with it. I don't even know what that word means.
I thought you were clever.
Well, I like how it also shows she's still on her mission. Yeah. Because as opposed to following what he's saying,
Yeah, because
she then goes to
That's when
finding out about her friend.
that's when she meets Coulson.
That DA, by the
Gil
way,
Coulson,
Gil
Gil
Coulson.
Coulson. That
District
DA,
Attorney.
he
District
played. Remember in the Green Lantern, the guy with the big head.
No.
Oh,
That's him.
really?
That's him.
Yeah, after that little discussion, like Batman's trying to really get Catwoman to like uncover more about like where this corruption goes and everything. But Catwoman, she's getting distracted because this woman brings up Annika, and by this point, Annika's missing. We don't know where she is. It's like she's going to like this woman. She buggers off, and Catwoman, Selina just follows her. It's like, no, I need to find out what's going on with my friend because she's got her own mission. She's got her own agency going on. It's not just blindly going for Batman goes. Like the goals interlink with one another. It's like there's a reason why they're teaming up. It's not like bullshit reasons. Like there's Batman, here's Catwoman. Fuck it. Do you know what I mean? It's like no. Like even though like the goals sort of intertwine, it's like at the end of the day they have different things they want to accomplish, and that's why like this team up never feels forced. It's very organic. It's in service of the plot. In many ways, you know, it's always propelling it forward. And as it's doing that, more things are coming up. And Coulson himself, he's getting very infatuated with Selina.
Yeah.
As he does, because he's drunk and he's on other stuff.
Yeah, but he's paranoid because the Riddler. Because at
He's
this point,
horny.
he's killed like
Yeah.
2 people at this point.
So he goes into his car and that's the Riddler's just waiting there for him.
Well, not even that. It's like before that is because Catwoman, she bumps into Falcone, yeah.
Falcone.
And you don't realize it's him at the time, but it's like there's that little moment where like they're talking and like you can see in her performance, Zoe, whatever her name is.
Kravitz.
I don't
How
care.
could you forget her surname? That's like she's the famous surname from Lenny.
I don't care. in her performance, you can see that like she's really nervous in front of this man. Like something's going on. That's like her posture, her mannerisms before have been so confident, so sure. But now, like in front of this fella, like something's going on. That's like from there we understand there's like troubled history between those.
Yeah, I like how they played that because they didn't exactly tell you what was going on between them, but you knew something was up. At first, like I think Chris was next to me, and I told her, I was like, ooh, like kind of
it did that,
like
just the way he like touched her cheek as well.
Yeah.
It had that kind of like, and obviously like the setting that they were in, and they kind of like sort of imply like there's all these gorgeous women that are flirting with all these men because they have the power, and then you get that, and you kind of think, oh, okay, maybe
kind of relationship.
Yeah, something like that. But you could tell like she wasn't coming, so it wasn't like a relationship, of love or anything like that. It was like something else to it.
Yeah, and that's
But at that time we didn't know what their exact relationship, so it wasn't kind of to mislead us.
No, of course.
She did quite well in this movie.
Yeah, and like from there, like obviously it's enough to like shake her up, and she has to get out of there. Do you know what I mean? And one thing I like about that as well, because that optical gadget that Batman has, he's given to Selina. She takes that with her.
Yeah,
he doesn't have that anymore, so like that hinders him a little bit. And there's so many things in terms of the plot that he can't achieve because that little bit of device, as OP as that can be used and infiltrated from time to time, it's now hindered him. So it's like that. The more convenient equipment gone. Like, he has to rely on other things now.
They've taken it out of the equation.
Yeah.
So she keeps it.
Yeah, she does.
Smart move.
Yeah. Like she doesn't destroy it or anything. She like keeps it for when she needs to contact him later on. But yeah, like as she's distraught and she's trying to get out, Coulson follows her, and it's from there, like you see that, because the Riddler, he's waiting inside his car now and he's pointing towards it. It's like you kind of know he's there. So not just because, well, I mean you kind of see him, but it's like I think you can hear him as well.
I mean, you kind of would guess that.
Yeah,
that would be the right place to get him.
And Selina was right not to get in that fucking car with that guy. It's like, fuck it, I'm gonna bung you. And from there, he gets abducted and with a nice little neck brace.
Yeah.
A little detail in there I liked. It's a stupid thing, I know, but it's like I like how there was condensation on the inside.
What?
Oh,
condensation in the car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like because you've been in there for a while and it's like just steamed up the entire room. It was like in John Carpenter's Halloween.
Good attention to detail. It's like people do, like yourself, to pay attention. I didn't observe that at all, but
no.
Quite one, I suppose, like who do like to pay attention to like every single detail in the movie and kind of like, it shows like the quality of the movie that there is that much detail in it.
Yeah, exactly. That's why sometimes like it's hard for me to remember because there's so much things I know.
Yeah, everyone appreciates the movies in different ways, don't they?
Yeah, of course. My brain is fucked.
Many people do. A lot of people like when they watch movies, they like to sort of see how it's shot, and they look for like things that aren't directly in front of you. So they're looking for like the things that either like not subliminally, but like are in the background. There's like subtle messages and things like that. And I tend to like, once I've watched the movie a few times, then I start picking up about
those little things.
Yeah, but I know like a lot of people that do like to, well, even like the first time when they watch it, they'll like try and pick up on all like these small details, or like these or attention to details like that kind of make the movie like stand out a little bit more.
Yeah. And so from Coulson, it's not even that long that he gets abducted, and then like Riddler's plan goes into action with him.
Yeah,
because they're attending the funeral of the mayor. Not mayor. I keep calling him mayor. The politician. And his son is there.
Yeah.
And that's a little saying that Batman that we didn't really talk about earlier. So Batman sort of is sympathizing with the boy.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like because obviously he understands the what's it like to lose a parent. It's like what I like about that as well is like even if you've never even heard of Batman, it's like just that thing that's communicating so well. Do you know what I mean? Even in the first scene when he's at the crime scene and they're looking over the child's dead father's body, why they let the child inside near enough in the same proximity, I'll never know. But
yeah, I like how they kind of like Batman couldn't stop but look at the kid at the beginning.
Yeah.
For a while, but that could be to his detriment if he does that and people clock on and they see, because Bruce Wayne is, as we've already discussed, is pretty much the same as Batman.
Yeah.
So when he's walking around being Bruce Wayne, it's like if you were watching carefully, you could probably deduce.
Yeah.
This guy. who's a billionaire who we don't see all the time.
I mean,
I think feel that something in the middle, like when he is Bruce Wayne, like, and you sort of see him go like in that scene in the church with the guy like, "Do I know you?"
Yeah,
and stuff like that. But whenever he is that, you almost like want him to like stop brooding, stop punching down,
exactly.
Do something a little bit different, because they're going to work out who you are.
Even when he was talking to the mob,
Yeah.
like I was thinking, oh man, you're being a bit too Batman-y right now.
Yeah,
Wait,
Cool it down, Bruce. Come on, man.
I mean,
play more
billionaire playboy.
Yeah,
but he's at-
need that persona.
he's at the position where he just doesn't care. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
he doesn't know.
He's psychologically not fractured, but it's like detached. Do you know what I mean? It's like he doesn't really like.
There's a mental health issue with him.
Yeah, now you can
Like compared to previous Batman,
Yeah.
like you can tell he's a lot more broken.
Yeah, of course. Like, you know, surprisingly, you seeing your parents get shot in front of you might cause some psychological distress.
Do you know what I mean? If anything, like that's probably like one of the most realistic takes on it. You know, you see your parents get killed, and suddenly, like you know, the next thing you see the characters.
Like Adam West, all cheerful and everything.
Yeah.
Hello.
Although
That guy's a schizophrenic.
Did that Adam West Batman? Did his parents get killed, or did they just like go to retirement homes?
No, they
Probably retirement homes.
No, they were killed.
Were they?
Yeah, he did acknowledge that he lost his parents to crime.
Oh, just
Maybe they just got kidnapped and never found. I think they lost.
Maybe they just ran away.
Yeah, definitely.
I lost my parents to crime.
Willikers, Batman. didn't declare how much shark repellent they made.
Hey, that's true. He had a lot of that, actually.
So, son, we started a new shark repellent company.
Oh, fucking what? What is wrong with you, dickheads? But yeah, like Adam West Batman, he just lost in the prime. That was it. Like, but you know what I mean, like he's a bit too cheerful. It's like, bro, your parents have been killed, and like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm all happy and shit.
Yeah, I just think like if he was like feeling down, he'd have like a glass of scotch or something, you know, just like, and then hit the town, and he'll be feeling a bit better. I think that's like the Adam West Batman.
I think the movie was like George Clooney Batman.
George Clooney.
He
I could
could.
see him, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Crossover. Adam West and George Clooney.
But Adam West is different.
The greatest Batman duo of all.
Adam West is a ghost.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying if it was possible.
Why don't you just get George Clooney to do the Adam West Batman now? Like a whole like zap, you know.
Do you know what?
Put him in
I don't think
costume.
I've ever wanted something like in the movies as much as that.
After this
I
Batman,
feel-
where are you gonna go?
Just
Put
put
all the way
him
back to Adam West Batman.
Put him in the costume. Give him scotch. It's like, fuck off, Robin.
But have him as part of the Justice League as well. So you've got like so you got like the proper Aquaman, Wonder Woman, Flash. And then you've got Adam West Batman, played by George Clooney, with the eyebrows.
But you got to see him draw the eyebrows on his costume as well.
It's like, fucking hell.
And he's got to have the bat nipples as well.
Well, they're just natural anyway.
Yeah.
That's
That's saying, yeah.
Goes
yeah,
through.
yeah, you go, yeah.
Fucking hell.
So you won't need the armoured bat nipples.
Would he carry a gun?
If it's George Clooney, he can carry anything he wants.
We'll give him a
No one
water.
tells Clooney what to carry.
We'll give him a water pistol.
So one thing I saw from IGN today was
Go on.
that they were saying how the Riddler could have just, in that scene, killed off Falcone at that time. But then there wouldn't be the rest of the movie.
Okay, look,
But it's not about just killing people.
Yeah, exactly. It was about revealing
yeah,
the whole
it's corruption. See, what I could say to that is, that it's like you said, it's not about killing people. It's about sending a message. For the most part. Holy shit, that's the Joker.
What you're saying is the Riddler's the Joker.
Yeah.
So then will the Joker be more Riddly?
Well, he did say riddle me this at the end.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Oh my god! They don't know how to write these characters. Fuck! These films are
They got
awful.
mixed up.
They got confused.
Horrible movie. I hate this movie.
Oh god! This film was shit, man. Christ.
So
Reboot.
So yeah, at the
So
funeral
before the car comes, you've got that little scene where
with Falcone and Bruce.
yeah, that you've got that little exchange as well, where again
Yeah.
he's maybe
One
being a
thing,
bit too broody.
one thing I liked about that is like where he clocked the boots and thought it was Selena, and he goes
Yeah,
up to her
yeah,
and it's like,
he's like really obsessively trying to.
yeah,
follow.
and it's like he sees it's not a woman. It's like, yeah, those aren't the only pair of fucking boots around, mate. Like, what's wrong with you?
I think it's just to show how his frame of mind is. Like he's you know, he's always looking, always observing.
always,
So when he sees the boots, it's like he puts the boots and he puts to what he's seen before. and that's how his mind's working. So it doesn't necessarily think like what you're saying. It's like, yeah, those boots anyone can have. It's like, oh no, crap, I know where those boots come from.
Plus, he's also like, they show it in that scene where he's literally looking at everyone suspiciously.
Yeah.
That guy who's trying to get through, and he's like, Yeah. And it kind of shows, and the guy who like says,
who tries talking to him.
Someone, yeah.
Yeah, it's like he probably recognizes him as Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, well, you didn't think he recognized him as Batman, did you? So I was going to say, like, your chin looks familiar. Hold on. Oh my God, you're Batman. Like, it's not that.
Or is it? You never get a resolution on that because he just walks away from him.
Oh no, he does appear later.
I know where you're from. You're from that Twilight movie, mate.
Yeah.
Sparkly vampire.
Oh, that's so clever. I haven't heard that for the last 15 years. Please, fucking, what have you done?
When the was it that mayor to be or Real? When she comes along, and she's literally just talking about how the Wayne estate, like how he's not doing anything to help, and how the family, you see all of that, like. That's really something he's ignored, which Alfred is trying to get him back on.
Yeah, and you can tell like
see like
even then
obsessiveness with his Batman.
Even then, when she's trying to talk to him, it's like he's just so uninterested. He's like, please, just go away.
And a little cop has that where he notices Bruce Wayne. Hey, Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, like he obviously to him,
but again,
they're two different people. But
he doesn't say anything. He just ignores him, just like Batman does.
Yeah, it's like it's
one of those guys.
Yeah, I'm surprised later on when he does that to him in the house when he. Notices Batman and he ignores him. He's like, Bruce? Is that you, Bruce?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, at least ignore it. Like, oh, you're just like that Bruce Wayne fellow. Yeah. You even got the same chin as him.
Yeah. But I mean, like, even then, it's like, as obviously it would sound to us. Yeah. At the time, you wouldn't clock on.
You wouldn't put that together, really.
It's like you would just think those are two ignorant dickheads. It's like you two are the only people who are ignorant and ignore me. Yeah. Oh my God, you're the same person.
Well,
you're my mother.
If it's within the same time frame, it's just like two idiots with the same chin. It's like this. I'd even like chance it, even if I wasn't too sure. I'd be like, Bruce. If he looks over, I'd be like, I knew it was you.
I wouldn't be like that. I'd be like, Bruce. Wayne. Bruce Wayne. He was taunting me.
It's like, see, as ridiculous as that is, that like it kind of did get a little bit better. A little bit. Go into that. But yeah, Riddler has, because he was at the funeral.
Yeah, right at the top.
Yeah, and that's why I like that they took
in his mind he was going Bruce Wayne.
No, I would just love imagine like he's just looking like, who the fuck is that? Oh, that's Bruce Wayne. He looks like shit. Oh fuck. I live in poverty and you look worse. This is why I like about Catwoman taking the optical lenses now, because if he had those on, because he's always wearing them, he could look at the Riddler even though it's shrouded by darkness, put some like filter on, lighten up the image, and you'll be able to see what the Riddler looks like.
Maybe.
Yeah, but it's like even the possible.
How come he's only got one set of those eyes?
Yeah, exactly.
They're expensive.
Who would have made more?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
yeah.
I see where you're coming from.
Good. But... you just make another one just in case. Anything could happen.
Well, he's very narrow-minded, I'd say. Do you know what I mean? He probably never assumed that he would lose them because he's always wearing them. It's like, what? I never take them off.
Yeah, but they could become faulty, maybe, and then just needs to like swap them over.
He doesn't think ahead.
I'm pretty sure Batman would think ahead.
I know.
Yeah, I mean he's Batman, so he thinks of everything.
This is good
because he's Batman.
Yeah.
I have two pairs, and then when one breaks, I then get another pair.
Yeah.
So I always have two pairs available.
Yeah, that would have been massively helpful. I know you're like a billionaire, and this fucking hell, this must have cost a lot. But come on, man, like think ahead a little bit. But yeah, like I'm kind of glad they did take it out.
I also have a camcorder on me, just in case both won't break. And if they do, I take the camcorder out.
See, that would come in handy when
I record everything on my camcorder.
See, then
because it's got night vision, so if it's dark, I can still record people.
Flip it on, yeah. See, that's when it comes in handy to watch movies.
And then if that breaks, I take my phone out with me. But I don't like taking my phone out with me, because sometimes I take it out with me, and then when I'm sneaking about, it vibrates when someone calls me. And then I get spotted, and then it's an awful lot of trouble.
Just put your phone on Do Not Disturb.
I forget. Because I'm too busy worried about getting two pairs of ice cold cords into things.
How much do they cost?
I don't have money.
Fucking hell. So much credit.
Fuck you, Bruce.
I thought you were Batman.
Bruce fucking Wayne.
I thought you were Batman.
I'm Batman.
Okay, you just exposed yourself, you prick. Yeah, but even though like there's no evidence of like him being able to change like the filter setting on those islands, it's a possibility, and it's a question anyone reasonably would ask. Is like, why can't he just do that? Or maybe they can't. But it's better just to get that out of the equation than have people questioning that more. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know where you're coming from. It's just because then the whole film would be about those. So
Yeah.
kind of like, taking them off. And, yeah, he could have probably easily got another one, but it's kind of like saying, yeah, that he doesn't have that now.
Yeah.
And then obviously then they can move forward with that. 'Cause you're quite right. If he had like an unlimited amount of these, I don't know what you call them.
Yeah.
Then it'd be like, yeah, he could like quickly just.
Yeah, it's best to say that
Yeah.
even though he has the means to buy more, it's
Yeah.
very expensive.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you have like 3 million...
I don't know. I imagine he made it. Is what I kind of think, because that's sort of something that wouldn't necessarily be available.
I mean, it's possible. He made the Batmobile when he was 16.
Yeah. So.
Speaking of the Batmobile, we've got to talk about it sometime.
Yeah,
Well,
we're gonna...
it's coming.
It's
It's
coming.
coming.
It's
Is it coming? Okay.
Because it's-
We're doing it all in order.
Yeah, it was hidden.
Beast.
It was hidden in the shadows. That fucking machine. Fuck
4G.
the Interceptor. But yeah, Riddler smashes through. No,
not
Coulson.
Yeah.
Yeah, Coulson smashes through. He's very apologetic about it, and the entire funeral gets evacuated, and he's just waiting there for hours for the Batman to come. Like
Yeah.
a cell phone attached to his.
Can phones ring for that long?
No.
Yeah, no, they can't. He probably just like kept ringing and ringing and ringing.
Yeah.
Just
I was one of those
incessantly.
people.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Oh, I've not answered. Let me ring again straight away.
You are like as well. It's like I'd like to imagine he's just sitting in his room all day, just like trying to ring it. It's like,
Redial.
Read out.
it's like, oh, thank you for fucking answering finally.
Well, he actually said when he answered, "You came."
Yeah, I know. Oh god, thank you. Yeah, so Batman goes up and tries to.
Where he enters with the.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
You've got his Robocop coming in.
Yeah.
Well, how else would you enter a room if you're Batman?
Mm.
Do whatever the fuck you want. So, what are the fucking questions he asks him? One is, how much, if you were yeah, it's in the trailer, if you were justice, please do not lie. How much does it cost for one blind eye? And he said, like, 10 grand? Is that how much it cost in total? I was like, oh no, it's fucking more than that! Oh shit. You are so fucking dead. Coulson dies, which is nice.
Yeah, he's
He
got to try and
chooses
solve
to
those
die.
Oh yeah, he
Yeah,
does, because he
yeah.
really freaks out. It's like, no, like fucking, you don't understand, I'm gonna die either way.
So from there, Batman comes and he dies. And-
Batman dies.
No, the Coulson dude.
Yeah, Coulson gets...
Coulson Coleman.
But Batman does get pretty messed up though.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah, like I like how
he
the
gets all knocked
explosion,
out.
his face doesn't get disfigured at all.
Mm.
Well, he's worked out his face, hasn't he? So it's like, it can
Yeah.
take next.
But yeah,
We'll
That-
go with that.
yeah, the explosion is enough to knock Batman out, and miraculously, none of the police, probably because Jim Gordon was there, no one unmasked him.
Yeah, but then they were going to, because as he was waking up, they were saying, "Oh, I see his
But
face."
that would have been the
That's kind of-
first thing.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
he was out.
Yeah, like it's immediate.
Yeah,
like,
that's the only thing
luckily-
I think maybe
Jim had
well,
enough leverage.
reconsidered if there's anything that I'd change about it, because there wouldn't much change about the film, but that'd probably be one thing I'd maybe tweak so it doesn't like, because I'm pretty sure
The first thing.
you'd do, it's like, even if Jim's going no, I'd just be like, no, I'm having a look serious.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
point the rifle at him.
But I think
Fuck
it
you.
shows the respect that Jim has.
Yeah, do you know what?
with the
Yeah.
force, because
Could be,
remember at the end
yeah.
when he has all those police officers with
Yeah.
him, like not everyone's corrupt, and I think that's why probably later.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, and that's why he's able to like sort
Get
of,
all of them to leave the room
yeah,
as well.
while everything is going
Yeah.
crazy in the prison cell, like things are getting heated. He's able to sort of like mitigate, be the middleman between everything, and like try to negotiate like some sort of level of balance in there. That's why he has enough leverage to tell everyone, look, get out of here. I'll have a word with him 1-to-1. You know what I mean? And even from there, like him and Batman are still in like cahoots with one another. They're still trying to like figure a way to get him out, because you really get the feeling they have like a long history behind
They
it.
have a good relationship. Like they really trust each other.
Yeah,
Even though it's only been a year. Like,
Yeah.
They must have done, gone through a few things before
Yeah, of
that
course.
movie.
Yeah,
that
and-
has led to that.
yeah, like you sort of see it before you. It's like you never feel like, at least at that moment, you don't get the impression that like one's above the other anymore. At this point, they are now equals. Do you know what I mean? That's the impression I got from there. It's like I kind of never got that impression in like Nolan's one. Like he was always like above, like Batman was always above Gordon.
Right. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
iteration. Yeah.
Yeah, like he always came off like a fucking child.
Another thing about the realism in this movie is that we don't see those like bat smoke bombs. Literally, he punches Gordon, tries to lock the cage, runs away.
Yeah, and uses
see, that is literally what Batman would have been doing in all these other movies, just trying to run away as fast as he can.
I'm not gonna lie, it was quite nice to see like him use his grapple gun, like shoot all the way up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that shot was quite impressive.
And I like how, because it's not used like all the time where he's able to get away with it and, you know, again, go onto higher ledges and stuff.
Yeah.
To see, you know, to perch over people and stuff. He's literally just on the ground surface level.
Yeah.
And when he uses it in that, it's more sort of, you know, there's more to it.
Yeah, it's not
shooting at him.
Yeah, he never comes off as too like
over
prepared.
Yeah. And uses it when he needs to, kind of like.
And also, I love the bit when he gets to the edge of, you know, before he flies off, but he just like, he pauses for a bit. He's just like, oh shit.
Oh yeah. Like, and like that little button he pressed, it was a button or like fucking on the wrist.
Whatever it was.
Yeah, like
he
converts it. Yeah.
But there's a little pause where he's like, "Oh God!"
I mean,
like a real human.
Yeah, but you would have that reaction.
Yeah.
It's like
that's how real. Like, it's not just Batman. Like, I'm Batman on the fly.
Yeah.
So after that, he meets Gordon afterwards on that rooftop. Or near the rooftop bit.
It's like you could have pulled back your punch. I did.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Hey, granted, he is wearing like a padded fucking knuckle duster, so yeah, it's like it wouldn't matter. After the GCPD breakout, escape, that which was flawless, and a little exchange between Batman and Gordon, they talk about Le Ratatouille. Or something like that. Basically a flying rat. And of course they speculate of what it could mean. I mean, look, I don't know about you two, but it was kind of obvious it was a bat.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, what you look at bats and go, that's a rodent.
Yeah, sky rat.
Yeah.
Oh, that was like a pigeon.
They're rats too. Like you know, you can give them to.
But yeah, it's kind of like one thing.
It's like rat. Yeah, it's like how kangaroos are considered vermin, which I think is wrong because they're beautiful, they're sexy.
I don't know. I'm not Australian, so I couldn't really comment on that.
Neither am I, mate.
You're Australian, aren't you?
No.
What's your accent from then?
Fucking hell. Fucking hell. It's all over the place. Anyway, yeah. So they theorized that Penguin is up to this.
Which kind of makes sense in their
it's like
minds, because
a penguin has wings
going on, and he's he's seen a penguin, he's talked to the penguin.
Yeah, but I mean, like, again, this sort of reinforces sort of the Riddler's mindset. It's like, oh, the flying rat, Batman is in this with me, and of course Gordon and Batman, they're not going to assume Batman, are they? No. It's like he's trying to stop the crime. It's like, do you know what I mean? So later on, it helps to reinforce the twisted mindset in which the Riddler is operating on. Yeah, you know, it's not just. So yeah, they go to the warehouse.
Yeah, the warehouse scene.
The warehouse scene. Where Batman...
Where things get complicated.
Just a little bit. So from there, Batman bumps into Selina Kyle. She's
the thing that makes it complicated. Although the chase was good, I actually thought that what the villains, quote unquote villains, should have done is just go back into the warehouse. Like, go to the cars and start trying to get away from Batman in his car.
I know, but it's like... What's it, like 3 on how many? Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you got them outnumbered.
They obviously had the upper hand.
Yeah, why wouldn't you just like carry on assaulting them? Do you know what I mean?
Huh?
You can surround them.
Yeah, I know, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Or just go back into the warehouse. Not like try and flee.
Yeah, but there's a cop there. Like he could call for backup. He's one of the people you need to take care of as well.
Yeah, so you take care of him.
Yeah, like you don't do that if you run away. You need to, even though you got a ranged weapon, you need to go to him, get in sight, and shoot him. You're not going to do that if you're covering yourself. It's like, let me go into this dark room to see better.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean. Just stay. Stay there and then deal with the problem as opposed to run away.
Well, no, because he's in cover, and it's like where he's in cover, you can't take a shot from the.
I don't know, man. There was only a car between them and like however many people there were.
I mean, like they were shooting at it, it wasn't going through. So
and they were kind of like moving everywhere.
You kind of need to adapt your tactics a little bit.
I just think it was what it was.
What is what it was?
It was what it
It
was.
was what it was.
Sometimes people in their situation, they make a choice, and that's what the choice was.
It was a poor choice.
Yeah, maybe that's
Yeah.
a poor choice.
Selena found out her friend is dead.
Yeah.
That wasn't meant to rhyme. Shut up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah. Moving on.
And so yeah, the introduction of the Batmobile.
Would you like to talk about this, Arctic? Because you seem more
Well,
enthusiastic.
no,
about
it's just like, you with Batman, it's almost like the Batmobile's a part of him, really, isn't it?
Yes, it's like a beast.
It's like a beast, and I mean, obviously they didn't refer it as the Batmobile in this, so
No, why would you?
nah. Yeah, I know, but it's like, you know what, other ones like it's the Batmobile, but this one obviously
Yeah.
it's a modified car, but it is the
Yeah, of course.
Batmobile.
It's more like Adam West Batman.
Yeah, but no, it's not.
No, not at all.
It's just a car.
But, like,
It's a muscle car.
you can't have a Batman movie without a Batmobile, and
They chose the Interceptor.
yeah, I just think it was like a gorgeous vehicle.
The sound design for it, the way it was introduced,
Oh yeah.
it's in the dark was just
Like just
really
letting
intimidating.
it sit there for a moment, just letting the tension build, and it's just that moment where it just goes a little bit forward. Penguin just books it. He's like, "No, fuck this." And
Once
like,
again, it's believable.
yeah,
Like you believe like that could be made.
yeah. Like, I get the feeling that Batman really wanted to chase Penguin.
Yeah, I think he wanted
It's
it
like
very
it's just
badly.
like just like a predator. It's like,
It's on the hunt.
yeah, man, I want to make you shit yourself.
Obviously, once you're driving, you get that road rage going. You just turn a completely different person. So I know Batman's like no guns, but when he's behind the wheel, it's just like, yeah, I'm going to murder this person.
Well, I mean, he doesn't.
He didn't put his indicators on.
Yeah,
when he
that's true.
turned.
Actually, yeah,
Do
yeah.
you know how irritating that is?
He was driving on the opposite
I
side
don't
of the
know
road.
what manoeuvres he's going to make. Yeah,
Yeah, like he was just reckless. Oh my god, Batman, you
he
prick.
didn't give me right away when I needed it.
Yeah.
Oh god. Yeah, if I was in his position, I had that vehicle. Yeah, I'd be chasing him down.
Yeah. The only
Even if I was in a crappy Mini, like just old Mr.
yeah.
Mr. Bean car, I'd be. How dare you! Stop!
I like how as well it's quite bulletproof, but not entirely. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Just to a reasonable amount. The only criticism I really have is the action in that is the way it was cut was a bit hard for me to follow.
Yeah, there were times where I was like, oh, where are we now? Like,
Best Batmobile ever.
ooh, I quite like it. The look of it. I mean, what other one? The tumbler I thought was a bit too clumsy, a bit too big, and it's like, well,
I liked it for what it was like in terms of the movie and that it made sense. But yeah, that's probably Tumblr's not high up on my one.
No, it's low on quite a few people.
Probably
I
the
think.
Tim Burton Batmobile.
yeah. Although
That's quite nice.
functional, like believe it as like.
Oh yeah,
vehicle
no, it's
that
not
can-
believable.
yeah.
No,
It's not very practical either.
I do have a soft spot for the Adam West Batmobile. Arguably, probably with the exception of the new one, the closest to being realistic, because obviously it was like a real like.
Yeah,
there's
it was a real car.
Yeah.
You could drive it.
Yeah. You know, you can drive the Tumbler.
Yeah, if you're in the military.
Yeah.
I don't know. Batman Forever one, that was alright. It had a grapple hook.
Oh god.
The only thing I liked about that is because it had like little slits on the side, so it actually looked like a living thing. It's like organs.
Don't know how I feel about that.
I think thinking about it now, yeah, I think this one is my favourite Batmobile.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'd say.
because it's got subtle little styles about it, like compared to the other ones where they were just very over the top.
Yeah.
And the Tumblr one was just so detached from anything. It's like you could see that in like any science fiction like movie.
Yeah. And
That's kind of thing. It's very generic, and I know some people might disagree with that. This one is somewhat. How do I describe it? It's distinguishable, but it's just it blends in.
it would fit right in with the Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, but yeah.
Ooh, no.
Vin Diesel eat your heart out.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Family.
Don't. Fuck. What family? His family's dead.
This is my long lost relative Bruce Wayne, and he's got a very nice car
And a lot of money.
and a lot of money.
How much? So much.
So yeah.
Too much.
Yeah.
For any born person to have. But yeah, after Batman chases down Joker, fucking Oswald.
Yeah, I don't know your Batman villains.
No, it's because they've got O in it. It's like that's why I got confused.
All Batman villains are the same as. don't fly anymore.
I know.
Like Penguin.
Fucking hell. He's not the Penguin. He's Oswald.
Yeah, he'd be both. Just like Batman, Bruce Wayne.
No.
Except he's not keeping a secret identity.
Die?
Trying to make it a bit classy.
That's like...
So Penguin's is known identity.
It's like, I always thought like Penguin was kind of an insult though.
Yeah, well, it was. Yeah, I think it's like some cases.
Yeah, like that's why I'm trying not to insult the guy.
In some, it's like embrace.
No, he's not real.
Like Batman Returns, he kind of embraced being the Penguin, didn't he?
Oh yeah.
Like towards the end.
Yeah.
Batman Returns. Oh shit! Yeah, no, I was thinking of the Dark Knight Returns for a moment.
No.
You know, I was like, he wasn't in that.
Danny DeVito, Penguin.
Yeah. Like, I am the Penguin. I am an animal. We're gonna kill children. What the fucking hell is wrong with you, dude? Penguins don't kill children. They cuddle them.
But also, difficult upbringing. Almost telling the same story.
Plagiarism.
Well, yeah, it does have the bat, the cat, and the penguin.
If anything, the Batman could very much be a reimagining of Batman Returns.
It could very well.
Very loose.
Funny you say that. You remember when I told you I went to the cinema and there was a fella dressed like Batman, right?
Yeah.
Because I haven't really described to you what his costume looked like.
Batman.
Yeah.
He had a cape.
It was cheap like Adam West Batman, but instead of blue, it was black. And he had like a shit face mask on it to like put on top of the mask already. That was, yeah, like everything else was cloth, but the bit around this part of the face, from the nose to the forehead, that was plastic.
So it goes over and then he puts the thing over. I've seen that.
That was so shit. I saw that, and then while I'm waiting for the movie, I see a woman in a Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman outfit. I look at her and like fucking. First off, I'm gonna say this: the quality of her suit was better than his one. Do you know what I mean? They put a bit too much effort in that. I think it's like, oh come on.
Was it like Step Brothers, where one of them had like a movie quality?
Yeah. It was just putting them together so juxtaposed, just like fucking hell.
There's something quite funny about that. Like one person's like a really proper movie authentic outfit, and the other person's just like, I've gone to the Halloween shop. Yeah, this has been my costume last year.
You could tell what the priority was.
Yeah. Are you judging someone's fandom?
A little bit. Though I'm judging management. So, come on, brother.
Might be they had a budget, and he might have been like, do you know what? I don't mind getting a cheaper Batman suit if you, because I know you like being Catwoman. We'll put the money into.
It might have been from their personal collection.
So yeah, Batman.
Yeah. Love these tangents. So yeah, from with that, Batman and Gordon, they interrogate Penguin. And I think from there they sort of listen to the pronunciation of it and go, oh wait, did Riddler get it wrong or something? And so they type it into a website. Oh no, the clue is in there. It's a website or a link chat. And he's chatting to Batman. Batman's chatting to Riddler, sorry. They're having a little exchange. It's like, oh, did you mean like Riddler? He said, oh, that's interesting, but no. Oh shit. Okay, so we're kind of out of our depths now. And from where that escalates, do you don't remember where it goes from there?
No.
His next target is Bruce Wayne.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he's
that Brucey bonus.
Yeah, and from there, because the way it's shot, it sort of indicates that the Riddler knows that Batman is Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
And from there, obviously Bruce Wayne, Batman, he's not there to like get the delivery of the box that's been sent to him. Alfred is. So he answers it, goes over it. There's a bomb attached to it. And Alfred, he nearly loses his life to it.
Oh yeah, so we're past that point where they go back to Wayne Manor, right?
Yeah.
So we find out then that obviously Wayne Manor was used as an orphanage for homeless kids.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And so they go there, they find that video, Batman disappears. And I like the way actually he rushes off to Alfred, and how how he's chatting to that woman on the phone, but you actually find out it happened
an hour later. An hour ago. Sorry.
Yeah.
Time dilation.
Yeah, I feel sorry for Alfred. Like, you know, he had a limp, he had all these scars anyway, and then
Yeah.
explosion. He's been through it. He's been through the ringer.
He's had a rough life, man.
Rough life.
But you know, he's a trooper. He carries on going. He knows what to do.
Should have thrown that package a little bit further, I think.
What, like out the window?
I'd have thrown it on. like tossed it like over the desk.
Yeah.
It's like no, I'm flinging that thing.
No, it's like he was passing it to a mate. Oh, your problem now, mate. Oh shit, no one's there.
Well, obviously, yeah, he had a reinforced adamantium table to help most of the blast.
Oh no, like then again, like he has a limp. Do you know what I mean? So maybe his hip's not into it. Do you know what I mean? It's, oh, shit.
I thought for a while they might do something a bit different. And actually, like
Kill them off.
Yeah,
that's
that
the
too.
possibility.
I
Yeah,
believed it, you know.
Yeah, and that's how you know you care.
Well, no, that's actually when you know a good filmmaking.
Yeah, like
When they actually make you believe that
they would do
something-
it.
Yeah, there was stakes and something could happen. something
Yeah, I
good
know.
would happen.
Some people don't like that now. But that was fucking fantastic. Like for a moment you think, yeah, he will die because he's died before. Dark Knight Returns. Dark Knight Returns, he died. It was kind of peak.
Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah, he dies at the end.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So after that, Batman he's left on his own now. Do you know what I mean? So, and it's not as though he can't do it on his own, but it's like it pushes him further into his obsession because now he's taken all the clues from the mayor, the police commissioner, the Coulson guy, and himself now, and he's piecing together like what exactly Riddler's plan ultimately is because he's spray painting everything on this floor, which I don't know, man. You got to clean that up at some point.
yeah, I thought that was a bit weird.
But like he don't give a fuck. Do you know what I mean? It's like
Yeah, when you're that rich, like I'll pay someone to clean that up.
well, not even there. Does yeah? But even then, it's like, does anyone actually come here? No, fuck it.
Yeah, I don't know. I want it to look nice.
You know, well, I mean, yeah, it depends on the
So
mind.
if I was Bruce Wayne, yeah, I'd be less caring about Alex. I know it would be easily corrected, but if I was at home doing that, but if I spray paint the floor, I'd be like, crap, I need to like clean that up, or if it don't come out now, I'm paying for like big expense to have someone
Yeah, I know. This ain't
bring up
cheap.
yeah, it's like no, because I wouldn't even bring out this. I'll get a bit of pen and paper.
Yeah, Mr.
Just
Wayne.
write it all out. and just be
Mr.
like,
Wayne, your house is like 500 years old.
Yeah.
Like, do you know how much this is going to cost?
So no problem, and then he just throws money in their face.
Just, not even like in a gentle way, just fucking throws it.
Yeah.
Fucking take the money.
Take it.
Take the
Just
money.
makes it rain in front of him.
Yeah. By the way, he doesn't communicate with them. He just throws money. Like the answer's always money. How are you today? Throw money.
He's so out of touch with reality. That's his like answer to stuff.
Mr. Wayne, where's...
I'll pay you now. Go away.
Oh, okay. So Alfred is hospitalized, and from there, at least from what I can remember, because I kind of zoned out at this moment, that everything about Bruce Wayne's parents gets revealed. Basically, how his mother was mental.
Yeah. I mean, before then it's revealed, right? Because
Yeah, but it's elaborated on further here. It's like,
yeah, more clarified.
yeah, like you get to see like how Thomas Wayne himself, how he covered up everything and the implications, like how he was in cahoots with Falcone and everything for helping covering that up, which was nice of him, I guess. But you know, it's like not really like morally, you know what I mean? Because journalists tried to get involved and they had to be taken out.
Yeah,
Which
but
is-
the reasoning, obviously, as Alfred mentions, he was more altruistic than what Falcone.
And Falcone
initially-
intended, yeah.
Yeah. So, but still, I like that as an element of the Waynes that we've not yet seen, where they are flawed, whereas in the other Batman iterations, they're these angelic beings.
Dark Knight, like Batman Begins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all the other
Well, no,
ones.
they have been covered before in the Telltale games. It's like they had a bit of a sordid past about them.
Yeah, but not the movies.
I guess Joker maybe to some extent. Like Bruce Wayne wasn't like an angel. He was just actually then again he did punch Joker out after he put his hands on his kid.
Oh, the Joker. Oh, yeah.
You know the Joker?
Yeah, the Joker movie.
Not personally.
Yeah.
But yeah, after all that, like, and after Bruce Wayne has confronted Falcone and he sort of misdirects him a little bit with Moriarty. No, that's Sherlock Holmes. I can never remember the guy's name because it begins with M.
Oh, Malone.
That's it.
Maloney or whatever.
Easy mistake to make. Which we
Malone.
don't see anyway, so
What do you mean?
we don't see Maloney.
No, yeah, they don't show him in this one.
Yeah, so you know.
I think he was shown in Dark Knight Rise. No, Dark Knight, wasn't he?
Yeah, Dark Knight. Yeah, but not this.
No,
No. So there's that going about, and the one moment I liked where Robert Pattinson really sort of flexed his acting ability is with when he's in the hospital with Andy Serkis, and they're having a little heart-to-heart moment, and it's like it's heart-to-heart as what that this Bruce Wayne is capable of, and you really get to see the range of what Robert Pattinson had delivered in this role. Is that as a character, fundamentally, is that he is emotionally stunted from his experiences, and he's had to cut off everything about himself to sort of deal with the pressure of the trauma, of what he went through. And because of that, you really get, like, when you see him trying to like convey to Alfred of like how much he means to him, it's like, because he hadn't truly dealt with losing someone, and in there it's little ticks, little inflections in his face that you could see he's trying really hard to suppress his feelings, but also let Alfred know what he means to him. It's those little cues that Robert Pattinson delivered in this moment that are just real as full on. It's like, yeah, this guy's the fucking shit, man. Like, he was the perfect choice for this Batman, for this role. And, you know, I'm gonna throw this out there. Fuck everyone who tried turning around and fucking saying that he'd be shit or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Those fucking pricks can eat shit.
It happens all the time.
Yeah, Michael Keaton, Heath Ledger, Ben Affleck,
etc.
Yeah.
Like every single decision.
I mean, I think people might have been right about Jared Leto, though. Oh no! Did they praise him?
I think they actually thought it was going to be a good idea. Right?
I thought it was going to be good, and it turned out.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
They had little telltale signs with the damage and all of that.
Yeah. I think a lot of people were like expecting him to be
because
like,
he's a really good actor. Yeah.
But then at the same time, you know, how much of that was him, and how much of it was the script that he got.
It was both.
Yeah.
So
I think he did have a lot of say.
Yeah. After everything that's happened, Bruce Wayne, because we're going off memory now, so it's like atrocious memories. Bruce Wayne sneaks in. No wait, yeah, Bruce Wayne, sneaks into the Penguin Club again.
As Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, as Bruce Wayne. That's why I said Bruce Wayne as Bruce Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
And then fucking dresses up as Batman in the club after cutting off all the power because he finds out that Selena Kyle, her father, is Falcone. And that's
Falcone? A brand new character.
Falcone.
Falcone. I don't fuck their names, man.
Hello, I'm a Falcone.
Falcone, yeah. After fucking with Falcone, it's like she's gonna kill him because he was an abusive father. Ooh, actually, no, not even that. He was a neglectful father. He wasn't even there after his mother died. After her mother died, right? And you know,
It's just Falcone.
Yeah.
oh, it doesn't fucking matter. Like, who cares what the count's name is?
I think I said Falcone.
Baloney.
Falcone. Falcone.
It's like they're not like the Joker. They're not fake.
Confuse your viewers. Like they're like, who's Baloney? Baloney.
It's all baloney.
Yeah. Falcone.
Yeah. Well, it's not like Joker, Bane, Penguin, or anything. It's not like they matter.
Falcone. We've been recording for too long. So wait, we're going to the club.
In the club, she's gonna kill him, and you know what? She gives an alright performance. Throughout the entire film, she's pretty stoic. She gives the right amount of emotion in this moment, like when she's tearing up towards like her father. Do you know what I mean? I thought it was really fucking like, because it shows that as a character, much like in Hannah Hathaway, how she's kind of a chameleon. Based on any situation, she can adapt to her situation. Do you know what I mean? What do you think, Arctic?
I agree.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't think she was wooden?
Oh no, I think she had a great performance. I really enjoyed it.
Off camera, you saying she was wooden?
No, she had a very great performance.
Don't you fucking lie to me.
No.
Don't
I thought she,
What you meant was
quite a
that
unique take on it.
she creates wooden things.
What?
Out of flaccid things.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That's true, I guess. But yeah, things get out of hand. Well, you know, fucking Selina's a little bit out of her depth, so Batman has to come in, help her out. It's not that she's totally helpless, but you know, fucking... You know, Batman doesn't want her to start killing people needlessly, especially when you could bring this geezer in to face justice. Which didn't work out well, because they bring him out, and Riddler kills him.
Or does he?
Yeah.
I don't know, because you don't... Do you see him die?
His eyes are open, he is not moving. He is brown bread.
I don't know.
He is fucking dead.
I don't know.
All the signs point to him being dead, but obviously,
Yeah.
you know, it could be like,
What, a Lazarus pit?
no, but it could be like, I don't know, start of the next movie's like, see him being rushed to hospital. It's like, oh, we've managed to save him.
Okay.
I don't think that's the case.
Yeah. Because they're probably opening up for other villains, but, you know, that potential is there.
Yeah.
Calendar Man.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, do you know what? I think you'd be alright, Calendar Man.
Yeah.
Calendar Man.
Yeah.
Going to the Tulo.
Yeah, it's kind of fucking weird though. This is the only serious thing I've seen him do.
What? John Turturro?
Yeah.
You haven't seen Barton Fink?
Obviously not.
Oh.
If this is the only serious thing I've seen him in.
Like his best performance.
I've seen him in like those Transformers movies and You Don't Mess with the Zohan.
So you didn't really know him before
Yeah.
before that then?
No, but like he was fucking incredible in this.
Coen Brothers Barton Fink.
Okay.
That movie, you gotta watch that. So he gets shot and gets brought into the light. That was part of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Shot, and then they find that the Riddler was there all along.
Yeah, because it kind of
In the
makes sense.
apartment.
It's like he's always taking pictures from the same spots. Like, alright, like, why didn't you check that first, you idiots? Yeah, and then they managed to find him. What are you laughing at?
They should have checked that first, really. Shouldn't they?
Yeah, there we go. It's like, even though I like the film, it does have its
Why were
problems.
the pictures shot at the same place?
Yeah, same angle, huh? Now, if I was a detective...
That's actually, but yeah. If you think about it too much, kind of.
Well, no, sometimes movies get better when you think about them.
Well, some do, yeah. Okay, I completely agree with that.
Yeah. So, they managed to corner him in a calf, which, you know, is where he, like, laughs like a fucking idiot. Riddler, I mean.
Bit disappointed that he didn't get his cake that he ordered. He did order cake.
Yeah.
To be fair, it wasn't like putting up a struggle. It'd be like, look, I'm going to come with you, no problem. I've ordered a cake, I paid for it.
You can at least bring that.
Oh, yeah. No, I'd be like, I just
Takeaway.
want to have it here. Look, I'm not going anywhere. You've got the whole place surrounded. Go have I don't know what it was. It cheesecake? Did he say what cake it was?
Pumpkin
Was it even
cake or something like that.
Pumpkin
Yeah.
cake. You get pumpkin
Yeah.
cake.
Pumpkin cake. Just like, I'm just going to have a quick eat it. Because it's like probably the last decent thing I'm ever going to have. Because,
Yeah.
you know, you're going to lock me away. I'm going to have it. I'll pop outside and you can take me away.
Yeah.
Should have done.
But yeah, it's just like, that would annoy me if I ordered something. It's like something like, yeah, we're arresting you. That's like, well, I've just ordered. I was like, if I hadn't ordered, fine, you can take me away now. But I've just ordered my cake.
He didn't even have a sip of his cappuccino.
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. You got surrounded. Please, can I just have my slice, and then we'll head off. No problem. No resistance. I'll just come with you.
Cool.
So he gets under the police, and then they go back to the precinct, and he gets questioned.
He wants to speak to Batman, doesn't he?
Yeah, they have their little conversation because at this point, Batman is on the impression that the Riddler, fucking hell, that Riddler knows who he is, and the clues are kind of there to sort of misdirect you enough times, like because the picture of Bruce Wayne and Batman next together. But then again, while I was watching it, I kind of thought they're not really going to go that route. It's just one of those things, like it sort of points that way, but it's like he's not smart enough to really put them together. It's like as obvious it is for us to know, it's like. We see him every day. We know it. Like, it's kind of fucking obvious. But if it's an everyday thing, do you know what I mean? Like, in real
There's
life...
no thing that he's quite smart.
Yeah, but, like, he's never figured out who Batman is. Like, he's not that smart. Even when confronted with that information,
Well, I
he's
don't
in
think it's
denial
even
of it.
that. I don't think it's even that because he doesn't care.
Yeah.
No, he's not interested in that in the
just-
slightest.
yeah.
He's more into the idea, the symbolism of Batman. You know, Bruce Wayne, like, he's just a fucking rich kid, which he points out as well. It's like, yeah, that was hard for Bruce Wayne, but, you know... I was in an orphanage. I didn't have anyone. Like, he had millions of dollars and that made it easy. Well, that is kind of true, yeah, but it's like, at the end of the day,
And Alfred, he had Alfred.
Yeah, of course he did.
Yeah,
Like,
Alfred's a good man.
yeah, everyone goes through like hardships, and like it kind of like obviously like if you look at it as one way, it's like it sort of invalidates what Bruce Wayne went through to some extent because it's almost dismissive. But it's like nah, it's just that yeah, some people have it easier than others, and you know that's fine to admit that.
Yeah, I really like the way that they kind of played that out though.
Yeah, it wasn't
Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, because you think that he knows what Bruce, and he's just taunting him.
Wayne.
Yeah, it's eventually like during his bullshit monologue that he basically just lets it slip out that he doesn't know who he is.
I like how Batman's clocked like the
like he's
camera.
Yeah, it's like listening to him. And it's like, oh,
again,
you don't know.
He doesn't say anything. He's just there listening.
Yeah,
just,
exactly.
Paying attention, looking. Doesn't jump the gun.
No, like a predator.
Like, I'm not Bruce Wayne. Yeah, you're Bruce Wayne.
What? His face just shifts. But yeah, and it's from there, Joker, fucking Riddler reveals what his plan was the whole time. It was to bomb the water safeguards for the city. And to flood it and to corner the elites into one position so they can be shot out.
Yeah, this is where it gets a bit like,
yeah,
as you were saying yesterday, Arctic, a bit more on the comic booky side, where like, you know, the whole Gotham. I mean, it's it's a plan and he followed through and stuff, but it does become a bit more like detached from reality for me at that stage too. Like, it really did feel more like it was becoming this whoa. And I suppose, that's kind of where they were going for it, because they wanted something big to happen.
Yeah.
But so much water.
A lot of water.
I was looking for Aquaman somewhere. Couldn't find it.
I mean, it might surprise you. There's a lot of water in real life too. Yeah, man. It's crazy. But yeah. Riddler's plan comes to fruition. Within reason, of course. Like, the bombs do go off. But just as he figures out, like, where they are on, like, the map in his apartment, they go off and, shit goes down. And obviously, one thing we found out as well, at least quite a few people have sort of, not split itself, fucking grip, I was going to fucking say, like they're professionals or anything, but individuals who've fallen into this sort of cult of personality with of Riddler, that they've dressed up as him and they're ready to kill the elites, as it were.
Yeah, I like how they, revealed him, like, talking to them and stuff, and it's like normal voice, like, hey guys, do my podcast. Remember to do this, to bring this with you.
like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah, like, comment, and subscribe.
Do it, please.
I'm gonna be in prison at this stage, but you do what you gotta do.
Yeah, it's like he's so chill about it. So
it doesn't have that that effect on his voice.
But yeah, from there, it seems kind of dire, but like with
seems, I think it was pretty dire.
Well, I mean, appearances can be deceiving, So,
I don't think appearances here were deceiving whatsoever.
You could swim.
The whole city.
Swim, man. Swim. Swim. So you gotta do. Get a boat.
They should rename that place to Atlantis.
And Batman has quite possibly the best fucking introduction in that scene. Where he just smashes through the fucking roof and fucking kicks down. And fucking gets both his fucking guns. They're not really guns, but you know what I mean.
What is this? Batman v Superman?
Yeah. But it's actually, like, intelligent. No, it deals with, like, a dark element of the character, but it does it in a way that's, like, not juvenile.
No, I'm saying with guns.
It's like, I forget what they're fucking called, man. Grappling hooks. He shoots, like, two fellas. I think he shoots them through the fucking legs. I don't know. I was just so hyped when I saw it. It's like everyone else there was just dead. Like, fuck all of you, cunts. Fucking be excited. Fucking zombies. Yeah, the fucking action scene was incredible towards the end, because everyone comes down there. Gordon's there, Catwoman's there, Riddler's obviously not there because he's in jail. But yeah, it's nice seeing all the heroes come together and contribute a little bit in this situation. And one thing, like, as Batman is, like, kicking ass and getting his ass kicked a little bit as well, is that bit of adrenaline that he has.
Yeah, maybe Venom?
Maybe.
No, Bane reference? Because they don't say what it is, but...
I forget, was that mentioned or
shown
earlier?
It wasn't, but I mean, it could leave it up for interpretation.
Yeah.
an adrenaline boost or something.
Yeah, that's probably it. Like adrenaline.
Quite right, and until it's explained, we don't know what it is.
Yeah, I would have preferred it a little bit if it was like briefly shown or something. It's like because it feels like he pulled it out of his ass.
Luke.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like I just hate things like that. It's like, oh, I need help now. I'm gonna like use this thing that was.
If you think about it.
I know, but like
he would have something like that.
But right, but even before then, the film was doing so well up to that point, like in terms of its structure. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? It's like it seems like a last minute thing you thought of.
Well, so you would have preferred they had introduced it earlier, or kind of had some reference to it earlier?
Yeah,
to make
something small. It's like it's not that I can't believe that's not possible. It's just like I don't know. It's just a little thing that bothered me a little bit.
Someone come up to me like, "Are you carrying?"
Shut up! Fucking hell!
Yeah, I got all the good shit.
Yeah,
I got the uppers and the downers and all the in betweens.
But yeah, I mean, hold on. Before that, like, I don't know, like, how the fuck do you two feel about like the romance between, not romance, but it's like affection between Batman and Bruce?
Batman and Bruce.
Yeah.
What?
Catwoman and Bruce.
Oh, okay.
Just at that moment.
I was thinking,
I fucking love Bruce
nipple.
Wayne.
I swear he touched his nipple at one point, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
I quite like it. I say it didn't feel forced.
She took advantage of him.
Yeah, she did actually. But then again, he did perv on her earlier. So I think it's kind of equal. You know what I mean? It's like
it's there, but they didn't make it the main thing of the movie.
Yeah, it's just a subtle little thing.
Yeah, so
like,
no, I quite like that, and obviously it kind of
Yeah.
you know, if they ever do any more, you've already planted the seeds for
yeah,
the
like
eventual.
yeah, she cares about him enough. Like when he gets shot, even though he's fine, it's like I don't want you to get hurt and shit.
Yeah,
That's fine. But I mean, like obviously when he gets that adrenaline, he takes it a bit too far with that Riddler who tries to beat the fuck out of her. He pounds his fucking face in. It's like fuck you, cunt. And at that point, after that other Riddler gets unmasked, we see it's the fella from the funeral home as well. So you can see how it was pretty much easy for people in like more impoverished positions to be sort of influenced by a more troubling, welcoming mindset. That's about destroying the rich. Eat the rich.
Then he says that line about his vengeance.
Yeah, again, that comes to people misinterpreting and reincorporating your message for their own means. Which is kind of sad, but it's what happens. And from that, Batman really reconsiders what his message is and what it means for other people when they hear him say these things. And he changes from being... Essentially, what I find, the moment when he helps the newly elected mayor, he holds his hand out, it's like he's not just a vision of terror anymore. It's like he's, in this sense, a hero now.
He's full of hope.
Yeah, he's made a change. He's made a certain shift. He's heard, like, he's seen how people see him and, like, what problems that can cause. And that's something they reflect on too. Batman causes more problems than good. And it's nice to see that a little bit. And how he wants to change as opposed to just, you know, keep going the same dog shit route. It's like, this is the best way. It's like, no, there are improvements that can be made and you can do that. And part of him doing that is being an inspiration to some people, helping communities of people who are clearly frightened and not knowing, make it clear who should be afraid of him and who shouldn't be.
I think as well, sort of like it contrasts from the start of the movie where, like the opening scenes, he's very much aware of what Batman should mean to the villains of Gotham, and how they should fear him and, you know, be afraid of him. So there's no real thought to just the normal citizens of Gotham. While at the end of the movie, he's seeing he wants his image to affect a wider audience than what it did at the start, because he had no interest in anyone other than the villains at the start of it.
Yeah, he's gone through an arc.
But towards the end, it's like, well, you know, how does everyone else see me? You know, so I want to be more of a symbol of hope rather than just a symbol of fear. Yeah,
and it's the start of those early steps for him, and it's a serious progression that makes his character really think. I'd be interested to see what he would look like in the next one.
Yeah, definitely be a progression of this iteration, particularly the fact that he's realised that it can be something more than just this vengeance, spirits of vengeance. You know, he's literally now
Moon Knight.
You know, hope for people. You know, something for them to feel like they can be safe in.
Yeah, and from the final moments after he's spent most time contemplating, we get one final moment, one final moment between him and Selina in the the fuck was it? It was cemetery.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say grave place.
The grave place. The place where they keep the graves.
That place, yeah.
Grave storage.
Yeah. Put them here.
You need a place to leave your dead.
The grave place.
Yes.
So they have their little interaction, and Batman and Selina realize that they're two different people. She goes to fucking Nightwing's place.
Nightwing's place.
Yeah, city. Hell's Kitchen. That's Daredevil.
Yeah, it's Daredevil.
Safe Haven.
Okay. Yeah.
What?
I don't know. I can't even remember.
I don't read Nightwing. Fuck off. He's shit. That's pretty cool.
So they have a little race.
It's not a race, just yeah. You know,
One's supposed to be a race.
Yeah.
No,
I
not
thought
really.
they were doing like a bit where they're both getting in front of each other, but I just thought it was just a bit of kind of like
banter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, they have like their feelings for each other, but it's like they go their separate ways. And right at the end, Batman looks at his rearview mirror, sees she's gone, moves on. That's it. End.
A mental image for later.
But yeah, seriously, this film was fucking fantastic, man. From the cinematography, the use of music, the acting, the performances, the writing as well. Like it's very tight.
Than our recollection of it, I think. This movie.
Yeah.
Oh, forgot about the credits scene or the pre-credit scene or whatever it is.
Oh yeah, where it says goodbye.
No, before that.
Oh, what, with Riddler and Joker?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they're probably going to be like in Batman 4.
Rambling.
Talking their shit.
Yeah. You notice that, I think the Joker, although you can see his face, they seem maybe deformed or something like that.
Yeah, from the acid.
Yeah.
I hope they got something good up their sleeve. 'Cause I always find like when it comes to like the Batman franchise, like the Joker's the one that people like look at to be unique and different every time it's rebooted or so.
He is just as popular as Batman, I would say.
But I feel people are really like hot on wanting like a good, like even more than Batman.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be interesting to see what they.
You got to get it right.
Yeah, and do you know what? With the characters that they got in the Batman, like pretty much all of them spot on. So it'd be interesting to see what they do with the Joker. You know, if they do make a second one, obviously.
Well, the trilogy's already planned out and they confirmed it, haven't they? Yeah. So I mean, like I'd be down for saying that.
You never know, but at the same time, it's almost a safe bet.
Yeah, I mean, Matt Reeves has proved himself. Like, I mean, he did the Planet of the Apes movies.
Did two of them, yeah. The second and third one.
Yeah, it was like
Dawn of the Planet of the Apes and War of the Planet of the Apes.
And he made you care about chimps. Think about that.
Really good movies. Really good movies.
Yeah. Oh no, the monkey's dying. Oh, this is my favorite one.
Summed up the movie.
Yeah.
There you go. Don't need to go watch it now.
That did take 3 hours.
Well,
we got two movie reviews in, so I think that kind of.
I think we've got a few extra ones in there.
Bonus Planet of the Apes there.
Yeah, okay. So, best Batman for you two?
So, I think right now, the way I felt straight out of the cinema, for me and my sensibilities, this is my favourite Batman. I mean, it was The Dark Knight prior to this, or Batman Begins was a close second, I think, maybe.
Yeah.
The Keaton ones I haven't revisited in a while, so I'd have to really go back and see them again. But for now, and again, because it has that noir feel, it is a thriller kind of vibe, and how gritty and grounded it was. I really appreciate their attempts at making it so realistic.
Yeah.
But really keeping the Batman vibes, and just this how it's a start and it'll be an evolution into maybe something you're more familiar with, or other things. But as the first stop, though, this is a brilliant take.
Good job, Skelly.
Merci beaucoup.
Arctic.
Yeah, I have to agree. I think it's probably my favourite Batman movie so far. Don't know what the future holds.
Yeah. So the next one will come out. It's like, actually, this movie's shit now.
Yeah. Can you imagine, like, in like about 10, 20 years, so much Batman is just, you remember the Batman? We always thought it was gritty, but it's so cartoonish.
Well, no, because it could do, because we're saying that about the Dark Knight trilogy now.
Yeah, and I think it is a.
It's like, God.
It is a breath of fresh air, because you know we've had so many superhero movies over the past few years, and they all kind of, while they are different, they kind of follow that same format or are targeting the same
Demographic.
Yeah. So it's nice that now like with the DC stuff, instead of them trying to imitate Marvel and not doing it as well, they're looking to now go into like a different route, but go down something a bit more dark, give us something a bit more refreshing.
Well, I mean, they tried going dark before, but like it didn't quite work.
No, it was darker. If you think about like the
Batman was kind of
like Batman, Superman.
I think these are more mature.
That's the thing. Zack
it.
Snyder couldn't really do. He could do dark and edgy, but he couldn't make it mature. And sometimes that's something people conflate.
Yeah.
It's like edgy is good. No, it's mature. You understand? Like cheese.
So the darkness can be interpreted as tone, right? And the
Yeah.
tone, the Snyder movies were in tone dark, but this was mature. I mean, even just by the BBFC rating in the UK for the Joker and this is the Batman, 15. And just watching it, you know it's not for kids.
Yeah. And so that's saying people.
Although they've got toys and merchandise and everything for kids.
Well, fuck yeah.
Well, you got to do that. Well, it's like RoboCop when that came out.
Yeah, like they turned it
In conclusion, though, for me, it was definitely a breath of fresh air. And it's like from start to finish, just really enjoy. Like I said earlier, Tuff. It was a 3-hour movie, but certainly didn't feel that way.
This video is going to feel like 3 hours.
This video felt like 3 hours, if not more. But the Batman film itself, really impressed.
Yeah,
and fingers crossed, get to see more of that kind of style of movie.
Yeah, of course, it'd be very nice to see. This is at least one of my favorite Batman films. I wouldn't say it's the best one I've ever seen, because like I include the animated ones in it too. So it's like,
if you're including that, I put the Arkham games ahead of the Batman.
The fucking animated movies, not the games.
No, I love the Arkham
The
series.
games are good,
Yeah, that's my favourite Batman still to this day.
Okay.
But in terms of movies, the Batman box.
Arkham Knight though, those Batmobile sections are
Yeah, I like the Batmobile, but I just don't like driving the Batmobile. It's alright for driving around the streets, but
but those puzzles.
Yeah.
Riddler.
Yeah.
Damn you.
Riddler puzzles shouldn't be races. It's not a racing game.
No.
But I digress. But other than that, like I said, they showed a lot of love when it came to the sort of Batman
mythos.
Yeah. And it's sort of reflected in their games. And it's that same with the Batman. You can tell there's a lot of love and care gone into making that movie, and they really wanted to do it justice, and they did.
Yeah.
So in terms of my favourite film for Batman, it is the Batman, and
it's fantastic.
For the games, it is Arkham, and arguably they're both, for me, like very special parts of Batman, which I very much enjoy.
Yeah, of course. Everyone can like their own little thing about different aspects of Batman, and this thing can still exist, despite what some people may go on and say. It's like Batman shouldn't be dark and edgy, man. Please, just because you can't imagine it doesn't mean like it can't be done.
So I'm curious, which of the movies, Phantasm is it, that you think is better?
Phantasm. Like, I love Phantasm and Dark Knight Returns, because I've gone about that quite a few times.
Dark Knight Returns, I like that.
Yeah, it's like
the only thing I don't like of that one is the beginning when he dresses as a woman. He dresses as an old lady.
I love that bit. That is sexy. You're talking about the beginning of part 2.
Part 2, yeah.
Yes, fucking
Part 2, yeah.
Yeah, see, I know this shit, man. I love those fucking films. It's definitely up there. Like, for me, it's certainly surpassed any of the live-action ones. Yeah. Because it's taken elements from each of them and sort of elevated them in many ways. And that's not to say the other films lose quality by proxy of this one. It's like, now we really see clear that these films are shit. It's like, no, they're still quality films. It's just that by comparison, you see that the bar has been risen quite a bit. No. Risen. I don't know, man. Risen that bar. I'd have to probably look at them between like the animation as well and think which one do I actually think is better, and not just like rely on like nostalgia.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Sometimes that can be hard to overlook. It's like, do I think the older one is actually better, or is my feelings get in the way?
The great thing now is for Batman fans, or even like just sort of people that just quite enjoy Batman movies, is you've got a bit of variety now. So if you want something a bit more comic book style, pop on the Burton movies. Watch that. But if you're looking at something a bit more,
but that's because Batman is a very versatile character. You can do things like that. It's Superman, not so much. I mean, you can to some degree, but it's like you can't really. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, if I want to watch a movie where Batman uses shark repellent, I can watch 1960s Batman. So
if you want to see one where he kills people, just watch Tim Burton. Batman Begins.
Yeah,
he's like, I don't have to save you.
Yeah, so no, but it's definitely it's definitely good for Batman fans, and Batman's definitely got a great future ahead.
Yeah, of course. Again, like many naysayers have been like wishing this movie would fail, talking about
Batman don't fail.
Yeah, talking about the fucking absolute fucking stupidity. Fucking worthless fucking takes on things. Like, it's depressing. It shouldn't be this way. It's like, whatever it is, that is the beauty of art. Do you know what I mean? And Batman as a character is essentially like not a blank slate, but it's like very, very versatile. You can put him in any scenario and he just works. Yeah. He's very appealing.
So what one aspect of Batman that's always a point of contention, or people want to know, is the voice. What do you guys think about the voice of Robert Pattinson's Batman?
Yeah, it wasn't too much.
Yeah.
First thing straight away, because I was a bit worried. You're gonna swear to me.
No, or like have a voice modulator with Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
That I didn't mind.
That was a good idea.
That actually worked. Yeah. The whole because I'd seen some interview or read something somewhere where Robert Pattinson didn't know what Christian Bale did before.
Yeah.
But when you actually look back on Batman Begins, he actually does more of a whispery voice. He just evolves into this swear to me, which Pattinson does a little bit towards the end, which I guess you can't escape if you're going to get really like emotional or really into it. But his voice, I think, was really done really well for it. I think his kind of
he's very subdued, very subtle,
really like just kind of talking in quiet.
Yeah, a bit like Keaton.
Yeah,
because Keaton's one, like sometimes if you're not listening out for it, you might not even notice it. Yeah. Move it about, fuck you. But like Keaton's performance, like it's very
my hair.
Yeah,
excellent.
It's very subtle. You'd have to listen out for it. It's like when he's Bruce Wayne, he's very more like somewhat upbeat, a bit more weird as he normally is as Bruce. But then as Batman, he is more whispery, kind of sort of subdued. Yeah, very relaxed. But Pattinson, though, like it was very, very subtle.
Yeah, I liked how when he would talk, he'd literally just be kind of getting close. Like it's like he doesn't want everyone to hear, which is kind of what you would be like, right? If you were Batman, and kind of you'd be a bit weary of people hearing what you're saying.
Yeah, of course. Like you're very, very untrusting of others too.
Yeah,
like he's the kind of person who just enjoys keeping you at arm's length. Like, don't get near me, please.
What about the costume? What did you guys think about that?
I didn't mind it. One thing I found that was interesting is that it was the first costume without any forearm things.
Yeah.
Like,
so there could be some evolution to the costume.
Yeah, of course. There was none of that.
I thought after I watched the movie that was fantastic. I did have a bit of concern before when I first saw a few stills and things like that, and I said, because it wasn't what you kind of it's a little bit different. You're not used to. But then once you see it like in the world that it's in, and it matches like the world, it matches that gritty kind of settings really well. It looks like a Batman costume, but also looks like armor. It looks like he's prepared to battle.
Of course,
rather than being like
messing around.
A superhero costume.
It's reinforced. It's bulletproof. The bat symbol's not just there for decorations. It's a knife as well.
It is. Yeah, it's got some function.
Yeah, and the bat cape. Yeah, it works on multi-functions when he's escaping from the police, and it just transforms into like a gliding suit.
Yeah,
and it's like just goes down. It's like this more realistic than Nolan's.
Yeah.
Again, like I'm not trying to shit on Nolan, but
the
you know
cowl
what I mean?
as well. The whole design of it, I think.
Yeah, the ears are a bit more needly.
Yeah, but it worked well. Like Pattinson's like chin.
Yeah,
worked really well.
Yeah,
he's got a good Batman chin.
Yeah,
he's got the best perfection.
I thought
scientifically,
Affleck's like he's got a proper bat chin, but that's kind of like a bit over the top. But Pattinson's like kind of jaw bit worked really well with the way because the way it's cut on the sides of the jaw is a bit further out than normal for Batman, right? but it actually works to his favor because he's got the bits there that kind of just work with that cowl. But I really like the fact that they added that what's it called, the collar bit.
Yeah.
That at first I was like, what's that about? But it actually worked. It kind of gave him a bit more bulk, you know, like made him feel like he was a bit,
a bit more stocky and intimidating.
Yeah, whereas in Bale's Batman, he actually had a thick neck at first, didn't he? Like in the first one, it looked a bit weird.
And the second one, it became more like armor, so he could actually move his neck more.
In the second one, it also looked quite skinny.
Do you know what?
Yeah.
That's the one thing about the Nolan ones I didn't like, was like some of the like bat costumes.
And the cowl I thought always felt, I don't know, it didn't feel like kind of the comics. Whereas this one, it's quite comic accurate if you kind of, you know, the lines of it and how it worked. It's more comic accurate.
But even then, it's its own thing too.
Yeah, but it has nods to what we've seen before. Like even the nose bit, if you see, there are like bits that kind of work like the Adam West. You know, where it has the little stitches. Kind of
shame he didn't have the eyebrows. Because it just really spoiled the whole like aesthetic of that Batman.
All you need is
have it exactly the same, but just like these massive eyebrows.
The second part, they'll get a chalk out. They'll draw his eyebrows on, and we'll get a Joker with a moustache.
That'll be the next one.
Yeah,
like, they'll just have like it'll be facial like facial changes. Like he'll just like press a button. The thing is, people like complain that sometimes there's like political elements in it. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
it's like,
movie?
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck do you want me to say to that? Like, they're fucking idiots. People who say like, well, you know, this movie's like really depressing and everything. It's like, all right, cool.
Yeah, I didn't get that from this movie. I didn't get depressing.
No. Well, people said like,
didn't really feel like they were pushing like any politics as well. Like, just
it is what it is. It's part of the plot.
I didn't get that when I was watching it.
No, but like even then I've seen.
Well, not like real life politics. Obviously, there was
of course,
Gotham politics, but
but you can't really avoid that. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what? With things like all this, like if, you know, there's something issue, something you can always link it to some film somewhere.
Yeah, of course. I mean, there are.
So if you go looking for it, you'll always find it.
Yeah, of course. It's a sort of lens that you put all over yourself that you just can't enjoy anything nowadays. And it really fucks with your perception to enjoy media. Like I watch things that I disagree with, like sometimes morally and politically, and it's like, no, this is actually pretty good art. Like H.P. Lovecraft. Like he was a racist brother, but like I can still enjoy his mythology. Do you know what I mean? Like I separate the art from the artist and see what they're going with. It's just that sometimes, I don't know, some people just can't really leave their baggage at the fucking door and understand that art of any medium is reflective of the political interests or moral interests or philosophical views of the person creating it.
Yeah, a lot of the time.
They're always
well, it'd be like normally on a subconscious level. Because obviously,
it's to a point where you're not making it an advert. I think.
Yeah.
And I at any point, I never felt that Batman was like an advert for someone's political point of view or opinions or anything like that.
No.
It didn't feel like that at all.
But even then, it's like the only thing you could say, like directly, was like when Catwoman talks about white privileged males and things like that.
Oh right, yeah.
But even then, it's like. It sometimes depends who you talk to.
It didn't feel forced. Like I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, like for her character, it kind of makes sense because she's very resentful of that kind of stuff, and you understand where she's coming from. It's like there is an element of truth to that, and sometimes, and I don't mean to sound too dismissive, but sometimes Americans can have difficulty with the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
Yeah, exactly. That's why that movie's so good. It's just that one scene. No, but like it's just people in general. I was just trying to make a joke. People in general can. We say we want to hear the truth, but sometimes we really don't. Sorry, I interrupted you.
That's all right. Oh no, I was just going to say, like in that sense, like with the line that the Catwoman said.
Yeah.
Sort of that character in that situation, that line makes sense. So it didn't feel like it was forced or said just to make a statement.
Yeah.
Like if you like read between the lines, if you kind of try and understand like her backstory, like obviously you don't get everything, but you can kind of understand like the background she's coming from.
Yeah.
So you can understand her making that comment.
Yeah.
While if it was a case that there was nothing to kind of lead up to that comment, okay, that's not quite right. But from her frame of mind, that comment is justified in her mind. And therefore that's fine to do in that film because you can understand why she said it.
Yeah.
It might be that you agree with her line or you don't agree with her line, but at the end of the day, can you understand why she said it? Yes, you can.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah, of course.
I'd buy that for $1.
Yeah, I know.
I'd buy that for $1.
Yeah, but like I said, there's some people who like don't like hearing that stuff, and it's like, what do you want me to do? Like, I can't change those people's minds. I could make like a 3-hour video. Like, I mean,
go now.
I actually
Tuff wasted time a lot online trying to
Turn the video off and run and go.
I do try
Become the beacon of
objectivity and facts. It's like, no, you're just a moron.
Tuff is the Batman of the internet and online. Trying to change people's minds and
he is
one at a time.
vengeance.
It's like trying not even change people's minds. I just want people to think. That's it. That's all I want you to do. Please, just think.
I wouldn't. The problem is, like, if you try to change people's mind, it consumes you. It's just like it's just about moving on and just doing the right thing and getting on with it.
Yeah,
And, just don't let people upset you.
Yeah, that's why I'm at this stage now. It's like that's why we're talking about movies, and it's like no. I mean, it's true. It's like
as John Cena says, hustle, loyalty, respect.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's like because I'm at this stage now. It's like I want to move on. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't mind talking about movies. I like them. It's like we all watch movies. They're fun. They're lovely. Movies are lovely.
Yeah.
It's like I don't mind that. It's like there's only so much you can go and like, at the end of the day, people are just fucking stupid, and that's the end of it. Like, you can't stop it. There were stupid fucking people 100 years ago. There's gonna be stupid fucking people 100 years after we're dust.
So how about that Batman movie?
Don't worry, we're gonna cut this out of the segment.
Okay.
This will be its own thing. The end of Tough Commander. But yeah, like, that's the only, like, obviously there's the class element in that film. But yeah, I think with a character like Batman, you can explore that.
You have to. He's a fucking rich guy.
Yeah, it's like, you're like, bruv, you have it hard. Like, imagine how hard, like, someone like the Riddler and Catwoman have it. But even then, like, you see their situations, but it's like, even though, like, Riddler, he takes it to another fucking level. Do you know what I mean? It's like...
Well, that's the thing. Like, it's that Thanos thing, right? Where it's like he's actually, the Riddler's doing what Batman is doing, but doing it a different way, thinking he's helping Batman.
It's the same story done differently.
Yeah.
The thing is, what's good about that is like Batman kind of did it to himself as well, because he goes around and says, "I'm vengeance," and that's something you can just take, and this happens in real life too. Is that people take certain things and they sort of take a message and they sort of twist it and distort it to suit their own ends. And it's like their own worldview, especially when it's something as flexible as vengeance. It's like that can mean a number of different things. Even saying I am for justice, or real justice would be to take these corrupted politicians, kill them, and start afresh. And it's like sometimes influencers don't seem to understand this. It's that you gotta be kind of careful of what you're saying and what kind of audience you're cultivating sometimes. And it's like, who's taking that message? What do they look at? What do you say? What do you do? And what do they take from that? And Riddler obviously has taken what Batman's done, recontextualized it for his own twisted means. And because he got into a group of with certain people on there, the forums that have sort of created this echo chamber, cultivated this really twisted mindset, this cult-like mentality that they've surrounded themselves on, that they've committed themselves to. It's like, we're going to do this, we're going to make change, we're going to revitalize society. And of course that happens in real life too. And by the end you kind of realize these people are just sometimes they're fucking idiots, but other times it's people who are just misled, susceptible, looking for answers to things, to the desperation and dystopian mindset and alienation that they feel, and finding a certain community helps them belong, and they can commit to something greater than themselves sometimes.
You really read into this movie, haven't you?
Yes! I love this movie, man.
I do think that's one great thing about the Riddler is, like, while obviously you don't condone his actions, you can kind of understand why he's done. You can, like, once again, you can understand from his frame of mind why he's gone. Like, yes, he's had a hard life and he's been led down the wrong road, which is why he's made these actions. But once again, you can see why he's done it.
Like Thanos.
So he's not. Yeah. So he's not just like, oh, I'm the villain of this movie. I'm going to be, doing shenanigans that Batman's going. Like, you can kind of like at the end of it when he's obviously we're skipping ahead, so I won't go into too much detail. We'll get to it when it comes. You can kind of almost feel like a little bit sorry for him. You can kind of see how he's managed to, unfortunately, get himself into this situation.
You think, like he's a very isolated individual.
You think maybe if he had a bit more help, something like that, this might not have happened.
Yeah, but even then, like Selena Kyle, she comes from like a very similar background. Now, it's not as hard as Riddler's because he was an orphan. Actually, no, she was an orphan at one point. No, I guess she wasn't because of her father. Do you know what I mean?
Well, mum was
But,
still
yeah.
alive
But, I mean,
until she got
yeah.
murdered.
you don't have to be an orphan or not to have a hard.
No, I'm not saying that.
No, no, you're not. But I'm just saying. Yeah,
I'm not trying to like weigh the differences.
Yeah.
Like, this person has a harder life than you, so why aren't they killing people? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Well, it's how you deal with hardships, and I think that's probably one of the
And-
the messages of Batman is you have these three characters who've had like a hard upbringing.
Yeah, at different levels, and
yeah,
then you
exactly.
see 3 different outcomes.
and it's how you respond to it.
Yeah, it's like you have Batman who's taking the position of justice. You have
Vengeance.
yeah,
Yeah,
vengeance.
Vengeance of that.
I am vengeance.
Sorry, vengeance. You have Riddler at the other extreme, and somewhere in the middle you have Catwoman,
Yeah.
who's like sort of going between the sort of balancing the line between what is right and wrong. She's not a bad person, and I never get the impression that she's like a villain. It's just because of
It's like
circumstances.
an anti-hero.
Yeah, and because of circumstances, she does what she has to do. It's not, and sometimes like it's not even like personal either. It's like,
It's business.
yeah, that's kind of it. Do you know what I mean? Like she's not a dickhead.
What you need to do to survive.
Yeah, and obviously there was that one moment where she's going to kill that corrupted police officer, but like you kind of understand, like that's a moment where she loses control and you kind of understand her frustration, but again, you don't condone that.
Once again, it's understandable. You see where she's
Yeah.
coming from, and that yes, the action wasn't condonable, but you can kind of understand her frame of mind, and you can sort of sympathise with why she's done it.
Yeah.
And yes, it's the wrong decision, but you can see what's led up to it, and that's
Yeah,
one of the
exactly.
great thing about this movie is all the characters you can understand their point of view.
Yeah.
you can relate to them in like a certain way.
Yeah, it's not just black and white.
No.
It's really like the performances and the writing that's done. Everyone feels like a person. Even Batman, he doesn't feel like a hero.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Not like, not black and white. There's something else going on there. It's like in terms of his approach to how he deals with criminals. It's like he's very sort of a bit more nuanced than we've seen before. It's like it's not cut and dry. His approach is more brutal than what we would normally expect. You know, it's that even though he's done it for a while, he's still learning, and that's part of his
It's
arc.
been a year. Again, it's this
Is it 2 years?
perspective. He's in year 2 at this stage, from what I understand.
Yeah, but like even then, he's still learning. That's part of his arc as well. You know, throughout the film.
Yeah, because you find, of course, that he's initially vengeance, but he realizes that he has a different calling. That he should be approaching it from a different perspective.
With hope.
Yeah.
It's because when you see people take your message and
So that's
change
what
it-
that sign means on his chest.
yeah, it's like hope. Because when you see people take your message, like it really makes you consider. It's like, am I putting the right message out there, or am I enabling like a dog shit mindset? In conclusion, lads, we loved it. Yeah, it's a fantastic film. And if you want to watch it, I mean, I don't know, if you've said like this 3-hour spoiler video and you still want to watch it, it's like, I'll be amazed.
do you think like maybe people have already watched it?
I would hope so.
Yeah, because I think
I would
a
hope
little bit
so.
in, they'll be like, oh, do you know what? I pretty much know what happens now. Ruined it for me.
Pricks.
But yeah. Just like to thank you for having me today, Tuff, on your channel.
I'm sorry that I kept you all this long.
That's fine. I will be going to bed now.
Yes, I'll be going to bed too. But check out the rest of his channel and content, and while you're at it, come check out SKELLYWAGS TV on YouTube.
Oh, I didn't say you could plug your shit on my
And
channel.
also, check me out on Instagram.
What about on Twitter?
I have neither, so
Yeah, we
sorry.
Yeah, we need to sort you out on that one.
Yeah, I'm a little bit
Coming
late.
soon.
Coming soon to a
Platform.
media device near you.
What, on their phones?
Phones, yeah, tablets.
Yeah, just hack
PCs,
it. Just hack that
TVs.
phone. Just hack it. Fuck it.
Why do you need to hack it? YouTube's free. I've got an illegal YouTube on my phone. I hacked it.
I've
yeah,
got
it's-
premium for free. Fuck
I
you.
suppose, yeah, maybe you could do that. I don't know.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm not endorsing any forms of hacking or
I did this
illegal
hacking, right?
activity.
I went onto this thing called this Play Shop, and I downloaded YouTube. Hacking.
Don't be a Riddler. Be a Batman. Adieu.
Goodbye, everyone.